Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember very well. Pause that recording, go eat 2 pizzas and 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. While watching the movie in question, come back. Second half, we unpause and record again, talking about the movie from a more educated spot. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? How does this movie hold up under the harsh gaze of 2020, the year it is now?
What?
2020X, the X Factor.
Well, this is our anniversary show. I think people will know.
Maybe this is someone's first listen, and they need my flawless intro to understand the premise of the show, which they now do. My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
Oh, my God. I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie this week and month and day,
Special anniversary.
as is the traditional 9th year anniversary gift, Willow.
Oh.
Whoa.
I genuinely didn't remember.
The movie and the substance.
Yeah.
What?
If it is your 9-year anniversary in your relationship,
Yeah.
drop everything, go right now and buy, I don't know, something made of willow, like a wand? I don't know what you're supposed to actually...
The woven basket.
Yeah.
Like a piece of parchment.
Or get Willow on Blu-ray.
Is that why we're doing this?
Yes.
Because we looked it up and it said Willow was
Yes.
the 9th year?
We were like, what would be funny for an anniversary show?
Yeah.
And we looked up the 9-year anniversary gift. It's Willow, which is the name of a movie. So
Right.
it seemed like,
And we all had
we got to do
a
that.
good chuckle.
I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did. I just do not remember that chuckle.
Well,
It was captured in the spreadsheet.
What year's Paper?
One.
yeah.
Oh, we missed it. Okay, never mind.
Is that a movie?
There's a movie called The Paper.
Oh, that's a good one. We should watch that.
Well,
Should we watch that now?
too late.
No.
We could watch it 9 times.
Here's what we have to do. We have to end the podcast, like retire like Jay-Z
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
then come back and be like, oh, it's our first anniversary, and then we can do The Paper.
I mean, next year is our 1-year anniversary of watching Willow.
Oh, there you go. Well, listen, we'll figure this out in a year.
Wow.
But we're watching the movie Willow.
We're watching the movie Willow, a classic released in the year 1987.
83.
Wow.
85.
I'm going to grasp at straws and say 84.
Nice.
Because
you
it's
for guessing.
Orwellian.
Let the record show that Dan preemptively wrote a number 8 before Molly spoke the year.
Well,
We've been doing this 9 years.
She could have
That's
gone
true.
full on bold and went like 1991.
I
or
really
something.
thought about
could've.
89 or 98. Yeah, but I have so little context to place this movie. I'm pretty sure I saw it on TBS or TNT.
Have we all seen it? I have.
Yes.
I have not seen this
Oh, big reveal.
one. No.
I am a classic Molly 50-50. Like, I really am not sure I've seen it other than bits and pieces.
You had like trading cards of it, and when you were younger, and you
Like a
think
Val
they-
Kilmer poster up on your wall.
Oh yeah, Val Kilmer's in this.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
Spoiler. Should we do a future award-winning Union Strong segment, Totes Precall, in
Yes.
which those who have not seen the movie take 60 seconds to try and guess the plot? So that's mostly Beth, but
Yeah.
I will allow Molly to like pepper in
Sure.
a couple facts as she sees fit.
Sure.
A bit of peppering.
Yeah.
Great.
Spicy.
Is
Let's
Barry
do it.
Pepper in this?
I don't know who Barry Pepper
Okay.
is.
Are you ready?
Yes. I mean, I have very little information about this movie.
It's called Willow.
It's called
Okay.
Willow.
Val Kilmer's in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it as a kid.
There you
Okay.
go. Go.
All right. It's called Willow. Val Kilmer's in it. Dan watched it as a kid. I think Warwick Davis is on the cover of the VHS that was at the rental place that I used
Great.
to go to. It seems like a magical thing,
Yeah,
like
a fantasy.
something happens
Adventure.
in the woods.
At
maybe?
one point, they sled down a hill
Oh, is it
that's
winter
covered
time?
in snow. I mean, at one point, there's a tall mountain
Okay.
with that snow
30
covered.
seconds.
They probably have to go on some journey. It's a journey movie where like they're given a task at the beginning, something magical needs to happen, and then they need to get to a magical place, and then like eat a wizard at the end.
Oh yeah, to right a wrong,
and to wrong a right.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
There are horses.
Ooh, there's a sled.
Are there Muppets, like big puppet things? Maybe. Magic movies usually have those.
Time.
Okay.
Great, nailed it. Did we get it?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, we'll see in the second half, but I feel like it's skewing 100% Utah.
It's definitely skewing. I mean, we threw it into the computer. The models are saying it's skewing 100% Utah.
It's approaching 100% Utah.
Yeah.
I watched this movie a ton as a kid.
Me too, I think. Or I just saw it once and it burned itself into my brain.
Yeah. Warwick Davis is indeed I believe the titular Willow.
Is his name Willow?
Ooh,
I thought Willow was like something else.
maybe. There's an important baby.
Is baby Willow is Willow the baby?
Willow might be the baby.
Or is he the Willow?
Baby danger?
Yes.
Big time.
Oh,
Big old baby danger.
Yikes.
The BBD.
Isn't that like the main plot of the movie?
Yeah.
That he has to like protect the baby?
There's like a witch who wants to eat the baby or get the baby blood or something.
It might be
Baby
one of
blood?
those like, oh, I need the baby to possess my, corrupt spirit to live on or some shit
Yeah.
like
So a
that.
magical creature that they have to beat at the end. Did I ever say creature correctly? Many attempts I just
Magical
made.
creaser.
Magical creature.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely
Yeah.
she irons her own cloak with her
Marie
magic.
Kondo.
Dan's bet that woman crushes it as spooky witch.
Yeah, she
Oh.
terrified me as a kid.
Me too.
At one point, she turns everyone into pigs.
Yes.
Oh.
And for my whatever-year-old brain, the effect of turning everyone into pigs was very good. I think this does have like 80s Muppet movie vibes, like
yeah.
Dark Crystal, Labyrinth,
And
that
also, like,
energy.
Yeah, creepy 80s energy.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, never
There is a
story.
Yeah,
that sort
there
of
is a
crap.
point in this movie where there is some kind of monster that is like I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
being very unsettling as a child.
It kind of looks like a rancor.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about what that might
Yeah,
mean?
what's
That's the Star Wars monster that
Oh,
someone fights in a dungeon. Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like
the one
gets
that's
his,
like in the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under Jabba's palace.
and his like head gets crushed by a fence or something,
Yeah.
and then the trainer comes out and cries,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh wow, this monster was.
They're just like us.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some like
I've seen that.
there's some like goopy Muppets in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah,
Is
Warwick.
the baby a girl or a boy?
I think it's a girl.
Oh, do we have some Bechdel Wallace potential?
I mean,
I
the
don't-
baby's not going to talk.
yeah, baby's a baby.
The baby and
But-
the witch are like having a
But
chat.
the witch
What's up?
could say something to the baby.
Okay.
Are you going to count it if the baby like Goo Goo Gaga's back?
Yeah, because as
Wow.
long as the baby has a name and is speaking to the best of the baby's ability, I think that can count. I mean, listen, part of the Bechdel Wallace's point is what a low bar it is.
That's true. There are other women in this movie.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know who they are. Warwick Davis is from
Like a village.
a village of, apologies if it's the wrong current term, they're all little people.
Yeah, I don't remember if it's like
And the actors are, and it's like a fantasy world, so I don't know if they're like dwarves or gnomes or
Hobbit-esque.
just but Hobbit-esque, all
Okay.
played by little people.
yeah.
And I think it does have Lord of the Rings energy where someone gives him a quest or like he gets this baby. It's like a human baby, and he's like, ah, crap, I got to do the thing.
Yeah, I think he like finds it in the woods
Yeah.
or something. Like it's one of those like
Mandalorian,
no, I was thinking more like a
baby in a
like
basket,
Greek myth.
biblical, like
Kinda
the
deal.
biblical.
Romulus
Yeah.
and Remus.
Something like that, where like someone like tried to do something with the baby and then an obstacle occurred and now it's like
Oh, it's like floating down a river in a basket.
whatever. Or
I'm going
like-
to say floating down a river in a basket.
sure.
Classic.
Yeah.
And then he's like, crap, I got to save the baby or whatever.
Yeah.
Along the way, he meets
Meet cute.
Meet Cute with Val Kilmer, who plays a character named like Madmartigan.
Yeah, something like that.
It's 2 M's.
He's like our Han Solo, where he's just like kind of a jerk, but like he clearly also has nothing else going on in his life,
Yeah,
so he's gonna like
in a cage
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, hey, Warwick Davis, save me.
I'm a crimer, but maybe I'm not a crimer.
Yeah.
And
Crimer with a heart of gold.
Yeah. But then he like is a stinker and like at first stinks it up.
Yeah.
But then comes around at the end and saves the day.
Yeah. Write that down. Dan's bet. Val Kilmer stinks it up at the beginning.
And I'm going to say Val Kilmer. Great. I love Val Kilmer.
Listen.
He's so charming and very good at acting. I'll put it out there. Tombstone, forget about it.
Oh, wow.
I'll be his Huckleberry.
Heyo.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
He was the only part of the new Top Gun that actually like had any real substance to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
It's true.
It was a great performance.
It was.
He's a pro.
He's a pro. There's also 2 character actors that play tiny imp people.
Oh, yeah. And I think there's some like imps getting drunk or something in this.
Yes. I believe one of them is, what's his name? He's old now.
Okay. Narrows it down.
All right.
He was in...
Carl Reiner?
No. Oh, God. He's in the Maisel show.
Amazing.
Oh.
Tony Shalhoub?
No, the other one.
Oh.
The other dad.
Yeah, he's good.
Shit.
The guy,
He does,
Kevin Pollak?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure he's one of the imps. The other one is probably also a recognizable character actor from the 80s.
Is this movie fun?
I think so.
It's a fantasy romp.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those movies where I mostly remember the terrifying parts because I saw it as a child. But I'm sure most of it is just kind of like, yeah, it's fine.
I wonder if this is a movie that I have seen as a child. Like, I don't know. Do you have those movies where you're like, oh, yeah, I watched that when I was really little and I just don't remember?
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, I know I saw this movie multiple times, but it feels like one of those movies that I only saw in bits and pieces on Saturday afternoons, even though I know for a fact that I watched this movie in its complete runtime.
Yeah.
The more we talk about it, the more I think I definitely have not seen this movie.
Okay.
Is there a sled down the mountain moment?
I don't know.
I have no memories of a winter climate.
I only remember them walking, and it's usually like mild climate.
Well,
So they have a baby
Yes.
Yeah. You got to get the baby to somewhere.
Like,
to protect it or
Yeah.
to like get the baby to have like some sort of superpower or something.
Great question.
I think to protect it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like it could be a super baby.
Where's the baby's like parents?
Great question. I assume they got like
They either got
magic to death by the witch,
yeah,
right?
or like they were about to get murdered. I mean, they probably are dead.
But maybe
Is this
like they
like
knew they were going to die, so they're like, "Quick, send this baby out to the forest."
Yeah,
Is the baby like royalty? Is this like like a
yeah, it's probably got royal
Sleeping
blood.
Beauty kind of thing?
Maybe.
Where like the princess is cursed or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's either that or it's one of those like, "Oh, a child shall be born that could bring great wonder to the land, or be used to power the
prophecy,
dark."
baby.
Whatever. I can't. Or both. I mean, it's usually they're both, right?
Royal prophecy baby.
Royal prophecy baby. Yeah.
Okay. And then they probably have some trials that they have to get through.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
What
I mean, but
what kinds of trials?
tribulations.
Well, they got to fight that monster in the ruins.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also like the trial of just getting along.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? These are people from different walks of life. I'm pretty confident there is an adult woman who's also with them at one point because
wow.
Val Kilmer needs someone that he's allowed to kiss.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Sure. Hey,
Got it.
I'm right
I
here,
hope
babe.
it's better kissing than he did in Batman. I'll just say that.
Fair point.
That was
Do
not
we-
his fault. But
Okay,
still.
but do we think it will be better than Batman?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta be.
Wow.
Right?
Please.
I'm going
mean,
to
he doesn't
feel
have that-
bold and say no. It's going to
Oh.
be worse than Batman.
Wow.
the kiss?
Or the
Yeah.
movie.
No.
But he doesn't have
The
that
kiss.
mask
Oh, I thought you
like
were
restricting
talking about
his
the
face.
movie.
Oh, no, I meant the kiss. Like, do
Yeah.
you think that we're going to be like, that was a better kiss? Or do you think we're going to be like, that was somehow worse?
Oh, I don't know. The timing makes me worry.
Sure.
I don't think we're full on wet whale.
Excuse
Well,
I
me.
don't know. I
kissing.
feel like the 80s were
Oh.
full of just real messy kisses.
yeah.
But is a messy kiss worse than just like a stoic
Weird
like
kiss?
lip bash or whatever?
I don't know.
Lip bash.
That
It was like he just
so
kind of
hard.
hit his face on her face.
Yeah. And then smile. Didn't he smile right?
Yeah, it was a weird
Well, it's
smile.
probably like the cowl. I mean, we talked this a lot on
Yes.
the episode, but I'm sure the cowl just like restricted how far he could even like move his chin, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be better. I'm saying better.
Okay.
Also, I'm pretty sure Dan's bet he's got beautiful flowing locks in this.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is a young Val.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm on board.
I mean, it might be a
True
wig. It's probably a
mystery
wig, but
or
still.
whatever.
What?
Real genius.
What?
Oh, those Real Genius Days. That was a great movie.
Did he have flowing locks in it?
Secret
Let's watch that
mystery or
one.
whatever. The other one where he's a secret agent.
Oh, Top Secret.
Yeah. This is that era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are
I don't know
great.
these movies.
I don't
fun.
either.
Oh,
Fun
really?
Val
I
Kilmer romps.
mostly know young Val Kilmer from this movie.
Oh, wow. Not even The Doors, where he played musical legend Jim
Why
Morrison.
would I have watched The Doors at the age that I was allowed to watch Willow?
Well, it came out a little later. But it was kind of a boring movie, but
Yeah, it
he
is.
is very handsome and a great actor.
Really is boring.
Yeah.
I got you.
Thank you.
But yeah, he does fine.
I think there's also one of their trials is also navigating human settlement and like racism. I think like they go to human town where the imps get drunk and all the big people are like, Warwick Davis, you suck because you're little.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
I see.
we're racist, but it's like fantasy racism,
Yeah.
so it doesn't hit as hard. But
Yeah.
then you'd learn about it as a kid. That's
sure.
one of the great, facts about speculative fiction is you can map real life problems onto these sort of fantastical
Wow, wow,
circumstances,
wow.
Yeah.
and have a good teaching moment.
It
without-
extrapolates
Yeah.
the horrors of reality,
Yeah.
but there's like cool laser swords
Yeah,
and lightning hands.
like most episodes of Star Trek.
yeah.
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 When they weren't like having a space virus that made them all kiss.
Yeah, it was either space pirates that made them all kiss or like, ooh, these blue people, these green people are not getting along, even though they have so much in common.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like a few occasional references of like, but humanity solved all their problems a while ago. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
The witch will definitely have like nameless, faceless henchmen, right? But does she have any named, faced hench people?
Like a Bebop and
Like a Bebop and Rocksteady?
Yeah.
I was thinking more like an Iago the parrot, but sure.
I feel like she's got to have
At least one, right?
a somewhat comical hench creature.
At least someone to talk to, because I feel like most of the movie is just her like in a creepy castle going like Rita Repulsa in the Power Rangers being like, they drive her closer.
Yeah.
Does she have a staff?
Ooh, I hope she does.
Yeah, I think there's a big
Do you mean
globe.
like a team of people or like a stick?
Like a stick?
Both.
Okay.
I,
It
think.
could have
both.
worked either way. We're just talking about henchmen.
It's true.
I feel like this is one of those fantasies where like magic is very stick based.
Is there like a human resources situation where the staff revolts and says, our witch is really mean?
Ooh, great question.
Like, or a court procedural subplot?
Then she turns them all into pigs.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I bet that she takes that staff and she bops her henchman in the head with it at some point.
Wow.
Ooh, staff bop.
Pop, pop.
She's like, quit being an idiot.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that. And then
yeah.
bop.
Yeah, kind of like Snow White Queen Witch
Yeah.
with all
Oh,
her
yeah.
little goblins.
Their bumbling goblin army.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aw.
There's an intense scene. Actually, yeah, I think there's an intense scene about being chased across or down a river by weird mutant dog
Oh.
Muppets. Now, I remember
Oh.
that also terrified me.
That
Nice.
sounds scary.
Yeah.
That
Do
sounds like a
those
thing I would
dogs-
not like.
Do those dogs get harm put upon them in a visible way?
Probably.
Sorry, Molly.
Probably one gets like stabbed or something.
Oh,
That probably makes like a
no.
doggish sound.
But it's like a monster.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's a Muppet, probably.
Well,
Strap in, because then that baby is going to be in real trouble.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be like a lot of dog stabbing and baby trouble.
what?
I think the baby's probably fine in the end.
Oh, yeah, for sure, right?
This is
I
no
would
kind of
guess so.
anniversary movie. This is
Willow.
terrible.
Yeah.
Don't blame us. Blame society for saying Willow is the 9th year anniversary gift.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end, they do get the baby to where the baby needs to be.
I think so.
Yeah.
And how are they rewarded?
Friendship?
Ooh,
I think
gold?
mostly friendship.
Oh,
Friendship is the greatest gift of all.
I feel like this has one of those, like I feel like this has a very Hobbit-esque back again ending where Willow, like, just goes back to his simple life at the village. But also now he's, cool and learning.
He's
Yeah.
got sunglasses on.
He comes in on his hog.
His leather jacket.
Yeah. And all the ladies are like,
Ooh,
Damn,
who's
Willow.
that? And then, like, the
And they
other
bang.
meathead. They all bang?
yeah.
Wow.
That's the end of this movie?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dan's
Wow.
bed. I just remembered this scene. There is a adorable old man in Willow's village, and I'm pretty sure he has an adorable interaction with the baby before they go off on their adventure.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. because I feel like he's like the village elder who like basically forces Willow to go on this journey.
Okay.
But I feel like he has a cute scene with the baby first.
Cute.
Yeah.
There's an oaf. Dan's other bet. I'm just remembering the scenes in the village now. There's like an oaf villager who's like mean to Willow.
Oh, no.
The bully.
Yeah, and I think he's probably like the richest guy in town or something. Like I feel like he has that energy, right? Where he's just like, oh, I'm the merchant of town and I have all the money and power.
Does he have a giant coin purse?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, or like a lot of jewelry.
I think
we're,
so.
We're betting coin purse. I'm with Beth on coin purse. Bet.
We're allowed to have different bets.
But we are betting coin purse.
Beth
I
and I
understand
are betting on coin purse.
Okay. Follow up this bet with
Team coin purse.
Team Coin Purse. At some point, the oaf either or both gets baby puke or bird shit on it.
Oh, yep.
And it's an LOL.
I agree.
Yeah.
Comeuppance.
Yeah. Through body fluids.
Yes.
That's good. I think I'm going to laugh at that.
The goo on his face or whatever.
I think it's bird. I think bird shit's a
Okay,
good
nice.
bet. But bird shit and baby puke, they got some
Similar viscosities, right?
Okay,
Depending on the
all right.
age. Yeah.
All right.
My baby almost puked in my mouth once.
Rough.
I held him up above me, because kids like that sort of thing. And then he puked down and hit me
How is
right
this?
in the chin.
Why is
That's
this?
a close call.
How did your brain respond to that?
It's kind of short circuited because I was like, I can't fully freak out because I'm holding a baby.
Right.
I think I was like, take this, to my wife, and then everyone laughed, which is legit.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It is.
I feel like there are people out there that story did not go as well for
Right.
them.
No,
I'm sure. I'm sure that's true. And if that story is you, give us a call.
Yeah.
612-208-9788.
All the digits matter. And so do you.
Yeah.
Or slap it up on Discord.
Slap it up.
Baby puke. Put that in the
Okay.
General
channel of your choice.
Yeah. Whatever.
Great.
Look at the channels and just kind of feel it out.
Yeah. Whatever feels the most correct.
Yeah. Do we have a random channel?
I don't know.
Probably.
Or just put it.
Are you ready? Are you ready for ratings?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you want a
Clearly.
choice or do you want me to pick?
We want you to pick.
Yeah.
I want you to pick. I'm sorry.
I also want you to pick.
Also me.
It's a 3-pick choice.
It's a 3-pick
We
choice.
picked the.
We are voting that you pick.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Sorry.
The three
There
of
you go.
us.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're team you picking.
Team you pick.
The rating scale is prophecy, baby.
Ooh.
Prophecy, baby.
Prophecy, baby.
Is it?
Comma? Prophecy, comma, baby.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you clarified. Yes, prophecy,
That's what I
comma,
wrote.
baby.
Prophecy, baby.
Exclamation point.
Is this a service?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it's like a gig economy service. Where like you need a prophecy.
You ask a baby.
Oh.
Oh, so there's a literal baby involved
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
The baby like runs this business?
Yeah.
Is it boss baby?
Well,
It's a boss baby.
it's just sort of like, I mean, the baby has its own hours, right? It's a baby.
Sure.
But the
So it's
person
a
running the site will just whisper to the baby when it wakes up,
Okay.
Excuse me, baby.
Yeah.
Will this person, who is you, earn $1 million by the time they're 30?
And do they like magic 8-ball it, or they like puke on a yes/no Ouija board thing?
The baby flails in such a way as it can be interpreted, and then it's sent back.
It's kind of like the Oracle of Delphi.
Yeah.
Baby.
Or like that pig in the
Yep.
shit. What is that Welsh
Taking the shit.
family
I
fantasy
will
series called?
say the baby doesn't really care for like those wealth-oriented ones or sort
Okay.
of standard ones. You get much better results if you say something like, "Is it foretold that I will overcome evil?"
Wow.
You know,
Does the baby prefer that you speak in a more like epic way?
in a more epic
Yeah,
way.
nice.
You
And
just
does
get
the
a much
baby
better
prefer
response.
that, or does the baby's handler
Like the
/
brand.
guardian?
The brand.
Yeah. It's
Is
like a
it
branding
one
thing.
baby?
Well, see, the problem is they age out, so another baby
Oh, they
is
gotta get a new
born.
baby.
Yeah, they got to
Is this
get
like
a
the
new
Gerber
baby.
baby where they like kind of like
Oh, they
Yeah.
pick a
find
new
one every
baby?
time.
They just have to kind of pick a new baby.
Okay.
But do they just pick a new baby, or they like find the baby? Like
The baby
prophecy has
finds
been
them.
born. Oh, wow!
Baby. And I can pull up on my phone. It's an app.
It's an app.
Prophecy baby.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it's like a video chat with the
Yeah.
baby. And
Yeah.
ask my
Well,
question.
you just
Wow.
you submit your question via video,
Okay.
and then
Do I get a
at
video response, or is that extra?
No, you cannot pay for prophecy. Okay,
It's free?
It's free?
No, you pay for it, but you cannot like expedite it or encourage anything.
There's no add-ons?
There's no add-ons. Basically, what happens is you submit your video and you pay your money, and then at some mysterious time,
Oh, wow.
you get an alert on your phone
When you need it the most.
when you need it the most.
Wow.
And it gives you your prophecy.
Wow.
It says, it shall be so, or it shan't be so.
That's it?
It shan't be
Oh, wow.
And then you have to remember what you asked. So it's important
Yeah,
to write
write
it
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 doesn't
down.
even save it.
No.
Save it in the app?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Sounds like that's a
You got
design
to really
flaw.
want it.
It's like $500, but it's well
$500?
spent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The app or the service?
The service. It's per request.
Is the app free?
It's an in-app purchase.
The app is free. It's an
in-app
in-app.
purchase. Okay,
It's
great.
an in-app
Good, good, good,
purchase.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they'll work it out when they are forced to update it by the Apple Store.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got to comply with all those rules.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. It's fair.
Prophecy Baby.
Dan, you are first, as we all know. How many prophecy babies do you anticipate giving this film?
It's a great question, Dan.
you.
You're welcome. You're so insightful.
Huge.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where like I feel like I loved it as a kid and have a very specific idea of how I felt about it as a kid, and I'm worried that all of those were the lies of a child brain. Right? Because like this is one of those movies where I feel like it's like this huge epic, but it's probably like 70 minutes long. And but it's also, I think, charming. I don't know. I'm nervous, but I'm optimistic. So I'm going to say 4 Prophecy Baby orders. Like, is each of these like I'm ordering a prophecy?
No, you don't order a baby around. It's a request.
Purchase. I'm purchasing.
No,
You
are
do
requesting. You
purchase it,
pay
though.
$500, but you're just requesting.
There's a chance you never get it back?
Is it a one-time $500 fee, and then I can ask as many questions as I
No.
want? So
No,
what
come
is
on.
the 4 then?
What do you mean is the 4?
Out of 5.
You get 4 prophecies.
You get 4 what? Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes. No, you get 4 messages. And some of
For
them are
the-
the answer
for
to your
one question?
prophecies. Yeah, and sometimes they're just like encouragement. Like continue your quest.
Okay.
Oh, and is
You're
that,
on the right
So
track.
it's actually in our benefit to rate this movie higher because there's a better chance of getting the actual answer to our question then.
Yeah.
is continue your quest, that's the end of it? That's your $500?
No.
Or does that mean pay another $500?
No. I mean, listen, these babies are not here to rip you off. Okay? You pay
What
your
about the baby handler?
Yeah.
The baby handler is just doing their job. They're basically like a
Are they,
medium.
like, certified? Like, do they certified to watch these children?
Well, they're not the caretaker of the child. They just manage the website
So the caretaker is present, though.
and the app. Yeah.
The caretaker is present during the prophecy.
Yeah. I mean, we're not, what are we running? Like yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting kind of in the weeds on like.
I just want to know what my 4 was.
Listen, what your 4 is 4 messages related to the one prophecy request.
All right.
What
So
she's
it's,
saying is it's worth it.
so it's either it shall be so, it shan't be so, and then
Well, it's
3
like,
others just like, hang in there, buddy.
it's like a more prophecy version of good going, or
Go get it, girl.
You need to adjust course.
What if I get the answer first? Do I still get 3 encouraging messages later? Or do those always happen before the prophecy answer?
Well, it's possible to just give it one prophecy, baby, and what you get in return is just, yes, you are correct to go forth. It shall be so.
But I didn't. I gave it 4.
I'm also giving it 4.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this, Beth.
I think it's going to be entertaining. People seem to like it, but also it's not one that people are like, you've never seen Willow?
Sure.
So that makes me think it's not a 5.
Yeah, but let's like really, really dig into Molly's business. idea
No.
here. Let's.
Don't worry, I'm next.
Yeah, I think 4, and I feel confident that those are all going to be positive messages for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The
Bold.
3 encouragements.
And
the
one, it shall be so.
think
Or it
it's-
shan't be so, depending on what the question was. I
Yeah,
guess.
it
Yeah.
might be like, am I going to die tomorrow? And then it shan't
Shan't
be.
be.
Well, that would be a silly one.
Why?
Because you'd find out the next day.
And you can't
Yeah.
guarantee 24-hour turnaround.
Yeah, can't
I
a
mean,
lot
what
of
if you
pressure
got
on a
really
baby.
you got something you really got to get done in the next week, and you want to know if you got to do it today
the
or
prophecy
couple
service
days
for
later.
you. You can take your $500
There's a
and go
comedian?
elsewhere
Where else could I go?
Wait, can you get refunds?
You just go to Yelp.
Are there refunds?
There's prophecies on Yelp?
Listen, there's everything.
She did
on
not
Yelp.
answer if there were refunds available.
There are no refunds.
You just dump $500 in, and they were like, "Sorry, your question's dumb, Dan."
Yeah, ask a
Get
better
outta here.
question.
And that's $500?
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
wow.
any feedback is $500, okay? You're doing $500 for the privilege of phrasing your question because that is 90% of the work.
This sounds like a scam.
Yeah. But I get encouragement, right?
It's like a life coach, right? They just ask you questions and help you crystallize what you already know. They can't, like, tell you something you don't already have. They're
That's
just
the whole
pointing
point of
out.
prophecy.
No,
Yeah.
prophecy, listen. I'm telling you how this works.
More like prophecy.
What?
More like prophecy.
Yes, Beth.
yes. Drag
Draw it on the
that baby.
signs. We're picketing.
That's your 1-star Yelp review.
Hell yeah.
All right, I am third, as we all know. I also have very fond feelings about this movie, but I feel like there's a good chance there's going to be some cringe. And also, I do know it's 2 hours and 6 minutes long,
What?
which feels too long for
We
a kid's
should have
movie.
started, like, hours ago.
Well, we needed to get to the bottom of this prophecy, baby.
Yeah.
Obvious.
I want to know if I'm wasting my money.
So I'm going to say 4, which, now, correct me if I'm wrong, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be
Oh, boy.
3 encouragements or delayed
Discouragements.
or discouragements that are not my answer. And then a
Yes.
4th that is, it shall or shall not be so. Mm-hmm. Right? That's my path. And that package is $500.
Yeah, any package is $500.
Right. But my specific one is 4 answers, 3 of which are encouragement. It's 1 question, 3 non-answers,
Yes.
and 1 answer.
Yes. To
Great.
be delivered in indeterminate time. Yes.
Right. Time frame for any of these
Yeah.
is who knows?
Who knows?
I might die before I get the answer.
You might.
Yeah. And then your widow will get a text on your phone. Like, what the fuck?
If Prophecy Baby offloads from my iPhone,
Uh-huh.
and then that's when the answer would have come through in my SOL.
Yeah.
You
Jesus.
had to turn that feature off.
I don't know how to do that.
I
But,
just do it
it
manually.
wouldn't happen that way because it's prophecy. It's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be time for exactly when you
I
need
see.
it.
Oh, that's
The
right. I think
baby
that's
will
when I need
know that you are using up some of your memory
Yeah.
on the app.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get in when I remember that it's offloaded and I put it back on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I move to a new phone and it re-downloads.
Exactly. Yeah. Baby knows all.
Thanks, baby. Molly, you are last but not least.
I tell you what, I feel like almost no chance of liking this movie. I would normally give it a 2, but because it's our anniversary
Oh wow.
and because I
1.
respect our
Oh.
listeners, no, I'm going to give it a cowardly 3.
Mm.
I really like Val Kilmer. I think I'm going to like all of the actors in this movie. I just think it's going to be too much baby danger, probably too much animal danger, and I'm going to care too much, but not enough.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to care about the danger, but not about the characters. That's my worry. And I don't even think there's going to be snow and a sled in it, so I don't even know what I thought I was seeing.
Yeah. That's a real bummer.
Yeah. But I hope to be wrong
About the snow?
about all of it. I hope it's a great
But
and
like
I have the best
mostly
time.
about the snow, right?
Yeah, mostly about the snow, too. And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch Willow, and we'll be right back. Hey, listeners, this is Molly coming at you mid-roll to remind you that the gift that really says you love Totes Recall, or at least like us some, like maybe $1 a month, would be Patreon. Patreon.com is a website where you can support all kinds of artists, and among those artists are your very own.
Yeah, don't tell them about
Totes
the other
Recall.
artists.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it's just us.
Okay.
Just us.
Patreon is a platform built for Totes Recall, the podcast, and we would love your support, both because it helps to support our show and helps keep it going for 9 more years. Am I right?
Ew.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of content. You know, that's a lot. We've done like 140 episodes, something like that now.
30, I think.
130 episodes.
And some amount of bonus stuff for patrons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you were to add up all those hours end to end, you could get from here to the moon and back.
definitely.
Wow.
Pretty much.
That can't be
Depending on what scale you use per
Ah,
minute.
there we go.
But truly, we are so excited to still be here after 9 years, and a big part of that is Patreon support. And you can support for as little as $1 a month. You can sign up for goofy levels like making the Dans eat fruit.
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
and we really look forward to doing those. You can also executive produce an episode for less than you would think. So we would be really thrilled if you would head over to Patreon and let us know you care, and also get access to Discord, as well as easy step-by-step instructions for how to connect your Discord account to your Patreon account. But we would just love to hear from you, and we would love to be able to quote you on our podcast. Thanks, everyone, and here we're back to the show.
Patreon.com/totes-recall.
Talk on.
And we're back. We just watched 2 hours and 6 minutes of magic and sticks and definitely some snow.
Yeah, Molly crushed it.
Yeah, very excited for that scene. P.S. I've definitely not seen this movie.
Yay!
Wow.
I think I've seen all the brownie parts. I think I must have gotten curious what people were talking about and watched like a super clip on YouTube.
Maybe it was like a VH1, like I love the 80s or something.
Yeah, maybe.
At what point was there YouTube and everyone was talking about Willow that you went and found a brownie supercut?
Molly was at a party and someone was like, "You remember the brownies?" Haha. And Molly's like, "Oh, are there brownies here?" And then they all laughed and pointed at her.
Yeah.
And then she went home seething.
Yeah.
Maybe she was Googling magic brownies.
Oh, yeah.
She heard somebody talking about it, and then that super clip came out. Super cut. There it is.
She was
Although I
looking
have
for
to
a different kind of
when you
magic
say
brownie,
brownies
right?
to me, I think of the chocolatey delicious treat.
Sure.
But I also think about younger Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
I was a brownie for a short time,
Yeah.
but then I was so ashamed. Did I ever tell you this? We should probably get into the show. But just as an aside, cut this out later.
Yeah.
When I joined the Girl Scouts when we moved to Atlanta, and I had been a brownie before in the previous town we lived in. I will not name names because I don't want them to track me. But
Who?
The government.
The brownies.
they had a special ceremony for joining the Girl Scouts if you had never been a brownie before and you were just starting. And it wasn't until the ceremony happened that I remembered I'd been a brownie.
Oh, no.
And I
damn.
remember hiding my little pin at the very back of my drawer. And it was like this deep, dark secret
Oh, no.
for my entire like 4th and 5th grade years.
So Girl Scouts is going to track you down because
Yeah.
you have 2 of those pins?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Like, I remember as like a high school student thinking like, I think it's probably okay.
Molly, saying whether or not you're a brownie is a sacred oath.
Well, like there is like an oath.
We got her, guys. Take
Yeah.
off your mask.
Podcast over.
Girl Scouts
9
of America.
years of watching movies we don't remember well, so we can finally help the Girl Scouts track you down.
Yeah. Give us your pins. Well,
Give us your goddamn pin.
before we get too deep into me wondering if the brownies, the Girl Scouts, take their name from the brownies, the folklore creature, let's talk about the movie Willow, and specifically, let's talk about it in a way that wins us an award.
Okay.
Okay.
A pin, perhaps.
Yes, badges and pins rain down upon us.
I have a whole sash now.
Yes.
Badges and pins go in the bins in Beth's office that are full of awards.
Yeah, they're overflowing. It's like Scrooge's vault in here in terms of badges and pins.
Yeah, imagine if Scrooge
It kind
McDuck...
of hurts to swim around on
Yeah,
it.
if Scrooge McDuck dove into his vault and then came out with a bunch of microphones and did a podcast.
Yeah, that's us.
That's us.
The award for the segment, 60-second summary,
Oh.
in which we summarize the movie we just watched, Willow, in 60 seconds exactly. It's a segment everybody loves except for some people that wish we didn't do it.
Take it or leave it. They can take it or leave it.
They can take it or leave
You
it.
know what? It's only 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's even a button that will skip through
Oh,
this
that's
if
a
you
good
want.
point,
And
actually.
we actually timed this. So,
Yeah, so
is
it would
actually
be
60.
pretty accurate.
Thank you for your feedback. Anyway, the traditional way that this segment goes is that I volunteer to go.
Oh boy.
I volunteer to go.
Go for
No,
it.
we haven't done it in a while. Sure.
Great. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm not.
Now the only rule is you have to start with, and we open on.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
And we open on a dungeon full of pregnant ladies, because the evil queen's looking for a specific baby, prophecy baby. Anyway, to find that baby, the baby escapes not straight into the river, but the midwife over
we go.
hill and dale until eventually a river. rat dogs follow her. Anyway, that river goes to the Nelwyn village where we meet Willow and his adorable family. He doesn't want the baby, but then he's very into that baby. And
30 seconds.
The council of Nelwyn says, take that baby to the big people. And he does. Then he meets Val Kilmer, Madmartigan, who is kind of a stinker, but also helps. They have adventures with trolls, and this whole time, Willow is learning to do magic. Eventually, he finds a possum crow goat who
10 seconds.
is a wizard witch, and in the end, an army and magic and foolishness prevails, and the baby is saved. The witch is defeated.
Time. Wow.
100% Utah.
Absolutely.
Really excellent.
Thank you.
I really appreciated the moment where you realized that you made it sound like the baby escaped under its own power and threw the midwife in there.
Yeah. Again.
And, she raised that baby to at least a few months old. Like, she did a good
That
job.
baby was born a few months old.
That midwife was a trooper. It was a magic baby.
It was a goopy 3 or 4 months old.
It was a magic baby.
Is it a magic baby? Like, the baby is the prophecy.
Yeah.
And Barvovian, the evil witch.
That can't be it.
Bavaria.
Bavaria, the prime evil witch.
Yeah, Bavmorda or something.
Bavmorda. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Babaran.
Barbarella gets the baby and wants to send its soul into the abyss so that it's not a threat to her.
Yeah.
But we don't see the baby do any magic other than like have cute curly hair.
Excuse me, the baby...
Baby is so magical.
So magical. The baby also specified she wanted Willow to be her guardian.
Yeah, just because we can't experience the baby
Wow.
talking the way that spirit lady did doesn't mean she's not.
Or... Hold on, I'm backtracking on what I just said.
Okay,
we learn at a certain point that the High Aldwin, who rules, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I will consult the bones. And then he like pulls Willow down to the ground with the bones and he says, the bones tell me nothing. And basically just like asks him like what his vibes are on the baby. And he's like, yeah, I like her. And he's like, the bones say that he should go.
Yep.
So maybe when the brownies brought Alara Dannon.
That's the baby.
To the baby. To Charandolara, the forest lady.
The brownie fairy.
Maybe
queen.
she was just like, this guy seems all right. And just said like, oh, the baby chose you. Wink. Winking to the brownies.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I want to believe the baby in like baby talk or baby spirit talk told Chalanbala that like this guy rocks. I want him to guard me.
Yeah, maybe it is just all about building up Willow's confidence. That is a big theme,
It
right?
is.
Well, it starts out with him not being confident in himself because the head guy,
Excuse
The
me.
town
High Aldwin?
tax-
The High Aldwin.
the high,
Yeah.
Are you talking about the oaf or the cool guy with the
the
beard?
cool guy with the beard.
High Aldwin.
He's like, what's the most magical finger? And he holds up his hand, and
He doesn't phrase it as, what's the most magical finger?
yes, he does.
It's like which finger can
Dan,
control.
that's exactly what he says.
Check.
Which finger is the most magical?
Yes, all the Nelwyn are getting their magic fingers out.
That's right. They put
It
a
is-
quarter in the
yeah.
mattress.
Which finger can hold the most power to change the world or
Something
something
like
like
that.
that? Yeah. So he holds up his own hand, and everybody points to one of his fingers.
Yeah.
Gives them all a stink eye.
They should
Yeah.
have been fingering themselves.
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
Wow.
Dan.
But that was Willow's first instinct.
But did I not scream to the television even before I got to Willow?
Yes.
Point to your own finger.
You did.
You
Yeah.
did. You would have been the sorcerer's
Yeah,
apprentice.
you would have been the apprentice.
Wow.
Wouldn't that have been fun?
This movie would have been called Molly.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Then you could have hung out with that baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that baby was so cute.
So cute.
Did you know it was actually at least 3 different babies?
Well, only two
There
were
were 2
credited.
twins that were credited, but they had another baby when the twins got too big for some of the stuff. They, like at the very beginning with the river and stuff, they have a different baby.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
baby didn't get credit.
Didn't get credited.
It probably wasn't. It probably, yeah, wow.
And then I think there was like another
Guild
baby here and there
rules.
that would do stand-in for
Wow.
various pieces.
Wow.
Fucking scab babies.
Yeah.
At a time like this? Oh, with the writer's strike and all?
SAG-AFTRA it's coming down on these babies, right?
Yeah.
I hope it's not still happening now, but maybe it will be.
Oh, by the time this episode comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, probably will be. Come on.
And
Sorry,
you wouldn't
writers.
even say the year at the beginning of the episode.
That's true.
And now you're like tying it to a current
No,
event.
they might think it was the writer's strike of 1997 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think this,
2007.
it's cute. You think this is the last writer's strike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Union strong.
That's right. ATM-TP could suck my dick.
Wow.
Take a stand, Tom Hanks.
Oh, has he not?
I thought he went to go hang out with all the people.
He made it. Maybe he did after everyone gave him shit for giving a non-answer.
Tom.
Wow.
Well,
We'll talk about it off pod. On Discord.com.
Baby.
What were we talking about?
The movie Willow.
Of course.
Speaking of the movie Willow, it came out in 1988, which none of us bet.
no.
Missed that one. But Beth made some other bets in her Union Strong Totes recall. And here they are.
Great.
Val Kilmer's in it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Warwick Davis in it.
Yes.
It's magical.
Yeah.
The woods are there.
Yes. They live in the woods.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's a sled in winter.
Oh, that was Molly's
That was
bet.
me.
That was a special
That was
Molly
a
bet.
bold bet.
We were like, this
Double
is
down.
ridiculous, Molly.
Yeah.
They are in the woods.
That's right.
And
These are both Molly bets.
It's real. It's real.
It's real.
It
Real as hell.
happens.
Like,
This is the only other part of the movie I remember.
what was amazing is like, it was so, like at a certain point in the movie, they get captured by the bad guys. And suddenly they are like going up into a snowy mountain. And suddenly we all sort of like perked up a little. Like, wait a minute, this camp is on a bit of a slope
Yeah.
in the snow-scaped mountains.
And then they need to escape. And
Val Kilmer
Madmartigan
literally says, get on that shield.
Yeah. And we, listener, we cheered.
Yeah.
I
really did.
don't think we've ever cheered so much watching a movie.
Yeah, let's go down the things we cheered about. We cheered about sliding on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cheered about the oaf getting puked on by a baby. We then cheered about the oaf also getting shit on by a bird at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
A bird that is transformed from an apple
An apple
that Willow
bird.
shows up. So it's like Willow got him
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
his magic.
In like multiple ways.
Yeah.
Not only did he show him like, I know what I'm doing, bitch. But also that bird, I assume under its own will,
Yeah.
chose to shit on him.
Or that's
Yeah.
the spell.
that's the
Throw the apple up, bird
Shit on your
shits
enemy.
on your enemy. Yeah.
He's like, this book has amazing spells.
It's all just spite.
Shitbird.
Every spell is just to spite people.
Yeah. You get grumble butt.
I mean, Raziel seemed
Whale
like
Lord.
pretty cool. I wouldn't be surprised if she just gave like, this book is hilarious.
Yeah. Joke magic.
I think we also cheered when the two-headed monster, its head exploded.
Oh, yeah, that was
That
incredible.
was
Very
a big
good.
moment.
Very good.
Yeah, it's like a two-headed
Dragon
rancor
thing?
dragon.
I feel like I must have cheered for that baby. Those whole first... Oh, and the Willow's kids. There was so much cute kid stuff that I actually really did want to just fast forward to the end. Because I didn't want to see any of the danger.
Willow's family, whoever cast
cute.
that family.
And whoever made those hats. Those little children in those hats.
Cute.
They're really cute.
His kids are so cute.
They like want to come with him. They talk about being like carrying a sword and stuff. So cute. Their dad's like going off with
And
like a
his-
baby that everyone wants to kill.
Wife is just like, we've never been apart. And she cuts off all of her hair and gives it to him, which somehow they make sweet.
It's medieval times.
Yeah, it's
Come
magic
on.
hair.
Yeah, it's magic
Keeps
hair.
him safe.
Yeah. It's just so sweet.
It's so sweet. Then that oafish prefect Bungle Grub or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Bucklebutt
Buckle.
is like, hey, I'm gonna get your farm.
Yeah, he's
Pay
so.
up. I own all the seeds in town.
Oh,
That
What a
was
racket.
rude.
what a racket. Burglecut was his name.
Okay.
He was an oaf
Yeah.
Yeah,
and mean.
certainly.
Then the High Aldwin gets him, sends
Yeah,
him
he
on the
does.
quest.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's when he gets puked on.
Yeah, that's also when he pulls in the coolest Nelwyn in all the land. Volcar?
Yeah.
I feel like never mind. I feel like we're describing like IKEA products.
Oh,
Like there are so many consonants and so few vowels.
yeah. Except for in Madmartigan. Madmartigan.
I'm not again.
I gotta say, like, in fantasy stuff, it does make me, like, my brain kind of loses focus sometimes when they're like, we gotta go to Belzebub or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. This movie also had reading at the beginning, which
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beth
Oh,
was
yeah.
not happy about that.
I gotta read text. What? I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
This is for me to do nothing.
I mean, if you hadn't read it, I feel like they made it pretty clear when, like, in the first scene, the witch Balbiar was like, give me that baby so we can destroy
Oh
it.
man, can we talk about the evil of that? Listen,
Evil of
I
which
don't know
part?
if any of our listeners have gone through a pregnancy or not, but it is it can be extremely difficult. It gets very uncomfortable. I know out there you probably think, hey, pregnant ladies look smug. You know?
What?
And I get you.
Who thinks that?
A lot of people think that pregnant ladies, there's a song about it.
Yeah, Garfunkel and Oates have a song called Pregnant Ladies Are Smug.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very specific.
And if you look at any of the products and marketing, it's just ladies like gently holding their bellies and staring off in the distance, or it's like Meghan Markle looking very glamorous with her baby bump or whatever.
Sure.
And here, I am here to tell you.
Wait, is this podcast against Meghan Markle?
No.
Wow.
I think the position of this podcast is that Meghan Markle is a terrible influence on English society.
Yeah.
Here's the point.
She destroyed centuries of precedent
Yeah.
by murdering the queen with her own hands. This is the position of the podcast.
Pregnancy really messes with your body. It messes with every function of your body. It is extremely difficult, like throughout in various different ways. And the idea of rounding up pregnant ladies specifically and putting them in a dungeon in which to give birth, and then you inspect the child, and if the child is, I don't know, has been foretold by an omen, you're going to kill it.
As a mark on
That
her
is
arm.
just like a special level of evil. It is evil. So listen, creeps, don't be rounding up pregnant ladies and putting them in dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's.
You know what? I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree the position of the podcast is don't round up pregnant women and put them in dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can back that 100%.
Can you imagine the extra layer of just like contempt you would have if you gave birth in that dungeon, that you were like, look at its arm. It's not this one. It was like, so I'm just here? Like, I'm just here for no reason?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But the good thing about that pregnant lady dungeon is it gets us our Bechdel Wallace pass.
Yeah.
Fast.
Hell
in
yeah, it
the movie.
does.
Yeah.
Because this is a feminist anthem of a movie.
This movie is a
Passes
feminist
a lot.
anthem.
The other part where we cheered
Yeah.
was an incredible battle between the two witches at the end.
Yeah.
We've got Bavmorda.
Oh, you wrote it down.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Thank God.
And
Raziel.
Raziel.
Who starts as a bush-tailed possum,
right?
Yep.
and is transformed into a crow, and then a goat,
Yep.
and then
Like
briefly a bunch of
other things.
before
Yeah,
turning
who
into an
didn't
old
know?
lady.
Tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It was cool.
And it's a bit of an LOL that she's an old lady. Is it an LOL?
I think it was
Oh, it's
I think it was a sad.
Earlier,
She had been
she's
younger.
Yeah, she self-identifies as a beautiful young woman,
Which
and
then
Val Kilmer is
like,
like,
we got to turn this lady
hurry
into a
up with the
lady.
spell. All right.
Val Kilmer is very horny in this movie.
Yeah.
He
Sometimes
is.
with magical assistance and sometimes no assistance needed.
So
Yeah, the
they-
all over the place.
They are fighting each other
It
with
rocks.
wands and magic, and
Like
then all of
throwing
a
each
sudden
other around.
it just goes fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Fisticuff. Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it fist? Wait,
Fisticuffs.
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 Yeah,
It's like a
fisticuffs.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anyway, she punches her in the face,
That rocked.
and it is the best thing
There's
in
like,
the world.
yeah, there's like a 5-minute sequence. They keep cutting to them like doing like a Star Trek TOS fight where they're like moving the wand around, shooting lightning everywhere to the point where they even like turn a piece of furniture into a monster that attacks Willow. And then finally, Raziel is just like, all right, and just sucker punches her in the face. And it's so good.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the wand is no longer even in play. Like they
Yeah.
are just ripping into each other.
Yeah.
It's rocks.
It is really good.
Two old ladies in cloaks just wailing on each other.
And I have to say, like, I want to give this movie full credit for surprising me in a way I'm not used to being surprised in fantasy films, especially.
Yes.
Where, like, almost right away, Willow is on his walk. So I'm going all the way back to the beginning.
I mean, we probably should.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I summarized the movie already. They know the plot.
Yeah.
Quick sidebar. If you needed a little more summary of the movie, you can always go to totesregal.com/whatever episode this is and read a much better synopsis than we gave.
Yeah.
Great.
Go ahead, Molly.
Thank you. So at the very beginning, Willow is walking with the baby and something happens. And the next thing you know, the baby has been stolen from him by a bird. And the bird is screaming, I stole a baby. I stole a baby. And then you realize it's not the bird. It's a tiny brownie, 2 tiny brownies riding the bird.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just goes like haywire like that a few times in the movie where you just cannot even wrap your mind around how much more trouble Willow is in than he was even like 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah, I love the idea of them being like, okay, it makes like, it's like, okay, how do we get him out of the village? Okay, the old man tells him to go find a daikini, which is this word for, I don't know, what do they call them? Giants who roam the far land, and they're giant to the Nelwyns.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, that makes sense. That would make sense for just some guy to go find the correct people to raise his child. But then they're like, okay, how do we keep this movie going? And their solution was that they give the baby to the only daikini who says that they will take it, which is Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, feeling good, headed home, and then suddenly, just a bird flies into their field of view with the baby, and some mysterious voice screaming, ha ha ha, I stole a baby.
And then they're back in.
And it's amazing because you don't even see Val Kilmer for another, like, 15 minutes. So you don't even know, like, where they got the baby from.
Yeah, and then he gets the baby, and then a magic woman tells him it's like his sacred quest to go save the baby.
In such a way where at first she's like, okay, gotta go. And they're like, huh. And then she comes back larger and more terrifying than ever. And it's just like, you must bring this baby to wherever or the world will fall into chaos. Like, you couldn't have opened with that?
I believe I said that there would be creepy 80s energy, and like that moment is one of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, where she's like the good spirit, but she's also like terrifying.
Very scary.
I love her ability to just like ghost out of a conversation because she's in it. She's explaining things. She's going at a reasonable pace. And then Willow has the audacity to ask a question like, are you sure? I don't know if I'm really qualified. And she just cold disappears.
Literally like turns away and fades into mist.
And you're like, oh, okay. But then, she's back larger than life to really hit it home. And I was like, what an incredible story device.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if you did that in real life? You were just talking to somebody, give them some background, ask you a question, you turn and leave. And then when you come back, you get 1 inch from their face. And are like,
I don't know if you heard me the first time.
Children will suffer. Like, it is intense.
Yeah. She did like full that. Yeah. She did the equivalent of like if in Return of the Jedi, when Luke asks a reasonable question, Yoda's just like, peace out, I'm going to die. If he then just like came back out of the earth, like clawing his way out of the earth and like screamed in his face, one more plot point.
Yeah, it's great. So then he's back in with the baby.
Yes.
But he's got brownie sidekicks.
Yes.
And they go to Daikini Village.
Yeah.
Racism Daikini Village.
Yes.
Oh
which, like, the whole time, he is called a peck, which is a slur in this world for an Elwyn. And this village, people threaten to eat him.
Yeah, it is brutal.
It's raucous. At one point, there's people playing some game where you get on someone else's shoulder and try and whack them with like a morning star. I don't know if you guys clocked that, but it was a rough and tumble bar.
My favorite part about that was when the woman threatened to eat him. She really punctured by literally throwing lettuce at him, like I am adding ingredients to you as we speak.
Yeah. But then he stumbles back upon Madmartigan, who is
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, getting down.
Had gotten down.
Did
they bang? I think they banged.
Yeah.
Wait.
Were they gonna bang?
Random lady?
I mean, I feel like they have historically. But why was he?
Bang?
Why was he?
Oh, historic bang. Interesting.
I feel like they were having like a fling, those two, right?
Yeah.
But then why was he dressed like that old woman?
Because her husband was coming back.
Her husband's coming, so she threw on some of her clothes, and he's dressed as a lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, at first when I saw that scene, I was like, oh no, 80s movie, this is going to be some transphobia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. Val Kilmer is like not, he's like not afraid of his own.
He's fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like good. There's no jokes about, I don't know, they're like any jokes in that scene of him wearing women's clothing were kind of about the dumb husband who comes in and tries to get it with him.
Yeah, and like he's just trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about how scary the world is for women instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not like homophobic.
Yeah, so it's fine.
So, okay.
Right? And like even, again, to the movie's credit, it's not that Lug, the husband, was like transphobic. It's just that Lug thinks his wife is property and was angry that another man shared a room with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's not transphobic.
No.
No.
And one wanted to,
It was
like,
pretty healthy.
Yeah.
assault a second woman
That he just met.
that he just met in
Yeah.
front of his wife.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do it because she ran away and was a man.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, good.
The 80s were wild, man.
Yeah. But he gets out of there. They escape.
Hold on. Did we at any point clarify that the brownies are tiny little
Oh,
men?
yeah, they're tiny little pixie spirits.
Yeah.
Oh,
played by
I did
Kevin
say they were
Pollak.
riding a bird, but
That's
you might
true.
have pictured the bird being very large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a
Like a,
like
Like
an
a-
eagle or
Or
something.
Like
a
a
falcon.
Yeah.
Crow. It was bigger than a crow. I would take falcon or a hawk.
Bigger than a crow, smaller than a condor.
Definitely
much smaller
smaller
than a
than a
condor.
pterodactyl.
Sure.
Anyway, it was a reasonable
It's
sized
a bird.
bird. It was a reasonable sized bird. And so it was tiny, like brownies are like, I don't know, what would you say? Like,
Like
12 inches tall?
Like a little tin soldier of olden times.
Okay, that's not a reference
they're
point.
like
that I
little
can-
fairies, like a Tinkerbell, but no
Yeah,
wings.
like a Tinkerbell with no wings.
I feel like Tinkerbell is so tiny, though. Tinkerbell is like so
Well-
tiny. She's like as tall as your eye.
I guess I'm thinking Tinkerbell from Hook.
Yeah. Julia Roberts.
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I mean, I probably did
Neither
see
would
it, but I
we.
don't remember it. Did we watch it?
No, but it keeps almost winning
You want-
respectless
oh.
opinion. So I guess I'm trolling a chunk of our
Whoever is
listeners.
trying to get us to watch Hook.
Yeah.
They are the size of a.
Yeah, like an action figure.
Pencil.
That's good.
They could
Yeah,
fit, they could fit in your
action figure.
hand.
They are the
Yeah.
height of a soda can,
There you go.
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Sure, but not that girthy.
No,
Maybe
that'd be
like
terrifying.
if they were like, I don't know if everyone has buy nothing groups in their area on Facebook, but like everyone is like LaCroix can for scale.
Yes.
Like if you put a LaCroix next to it, it'd be about the same
I
height.
see. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're stinkers, and they kind of sound like French fur traders.
Yes, for reasons.
And one of them was wearing the skull and fur of a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a skull. It's like the
Oh, just like the skin top.
yeah.
Maybe.
It's like
And then
a-
it turns out he's
probably
bald at
tanned
the end,
it,
and I think
right?
that's a haha joke.
yeah. I think it is
Oh,
too.
got
I missed
it.
it.
Well,
Do you think that's why they sound like fur traders?
'Cause they are the fur
Oh.
traders of the forest.
Yeah, because
That makes
they've
sense.
got like tiny animal fur
But
trade.
who do they trade with?
Each
other
other?
brownies.
Yeah, look at multiple
Are
clans of
Are
brownies.
all of these like mythical creatures made up for this world, or do, like I've never heard of a brownie before?
Brownie is a pre-existing folk
Oh, okay.
creature.
From
Is it?
what?
I don't know.
Come on,
Probably-
Poindexter.
Yeah, I think it's English folklore. Might be Germanic,
Sure.
Okay,
European.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're definitely trolls, and we know, but these trolls
Yeah.
look different than the trolls I've
They
always
look
pictured.
like gorilla, like
Yeah,
not a
they're like
gorilla, but like those like
Planet of the
fake
Apes.
gorilla suits. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
With like a different mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. Not as good as the Big Trouble Little China
No.
orangutan.
Similar
but,
energy,
But
though.
close, yeah.
Yeah.
And they can crawl over the walls.
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
Like Dracula.
Yes.
They are Dracula vibes.
And did you know they did like all of the magic effects were almost all sort of hand drawn animation,
Sweet.
manually done.
Lightsaber style.
I was wondering how they made the animals look like they were talking. I wonder if that's how.
Oh, yeah.
Probably,
I
right?
saw a
Like
bunch
someone
of
just took a
people-
little marker and like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
Peanut
people
butter.
credited as lip syncing animators or something.
That
like
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little bushtail possum
Oh, so
Great.
cute.
so
So
cute.
chattering away.
So cute.
The brownies do get drunk. I
Yes.
nailed it in town.
Yeah.
But they also, I forgot about that they carry around some like love dust
Yes.
that comes back a couple times.
Yeah, it does.
makes one of the brownies horny for a cat.
Yep.
We get a big
Which
LOL
then
moment.
the cat does like the most perfunctory like get out of here meow.
Yeah. And then it also, maybe more importantly to the plot, makes
Yes.
Madmartigan
Horned up.
horned up for
Sorsha.
the
daughter of
Bavaria.
Bavmorda.
Bavmorda.
Of the evil queen.
Yes. And she is like
She's a warrior.
half leading the hunting party along
Yeah.
with Skeletor.
Yes. She is getting a lot of heat from her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her mom is not
She's
nice.
getting a lot of heat from more than her mom.
Madmartigan.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And he lays
Bravo.
on some like Shakespearean level like love sonnets at her.
Yeah, like he definitely read like part of the game, but like didn't totally follow through.
Yeah. And she's into it, but also like knows she should kill him.
Yeah.
But then eventually very into it.
Here's what basically happened as I understand it. So she's like, what? I mean, she's already probably like, he's a pretty good looking guy. Like
They noticed each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then...
And they were kind of flirting in a very, like, gallows kind of way.
Yeah, like I'm going to cut your dick off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't say that explicitly.
But also, I just want to point out that when we first meet his character, his teeth are disgusting. They're like black. And
they sleep it off.
he sleeps it off. Then I feel like what they were like, okay, when we first meet him, we don't want to trust him, so make his teeth weird.
Yeah.
But then in the morning, we do want to trust him, make him pearly white and perfect.
Yeah.
And then he turns very attractive.
Yeah, he gets cleaner and cleaner as the movie goes on.
Yes.
Until by the end, he has like washed and conditioned his hair. He's wearing a lovely little tunic.
Well, and we meet him when he's imprisoned in a little cage next to a skeleton in the same prison. So
Yeah, he's not doing great.
we can cut him some slack. Also, he's very dehydrated,
Yes.
so that can make your teeth look weird.
Is that true?
No.
You're thirsty, your teeth just turn black.
Yeah, they
that
were
sounds
black,
right.
but they were definitely gross.
Maybe that was like, because when you first see him again in the morning, like he's eating something. So maybe they cut like 5 minutes of him just like taking some weird plant and just like rubbing it.
or like
aggressively.
eating a really good apple can help.
Yeah.
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 Hot tip.
All right.
That's why he filled his bosom with apples
Yeah.
for later.
Oh, yeah. Where were we?
I don't
Okay,
know.
so anyway, the warrior
going on.
princess daughter, Sorsha, they've definitely checked each other out. They've done this sort of dark flirtation. Now it's moved on to him. Like, it's so cute to watch Val Kilmer overact. It's really sweet. And so he overacts his way under this potion, and she's intrigued but still suspicious.
But then her hand lays upon that chest.
And she doesn't need any fairy dust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And actually, the actress did marry Val Kilmer. So I'm just saying, like,
He's very charming.
he is so
I still
cute.
like Val Kilmer.
He's also like at least open shirted most of the movie.
Yeah, his clothes get torn off a lot.
Oh, he's just down to a skirt at one point.
Yeah.
And he nails the tone of this movie.
Yes.
He's like a little bit of a goofball, but also like a badass.
Yeah.
And charming.
Yeah.
And he's not, his arc, I remembered his arc more of like he's bad and he's a stinker and then he's redeemed, but he's like, he does threaten to kill Willow at the beginning,
Sure.
but he's in a cage. But pretty soon he takes the baby, and it does sound like he was trying to save the baby,
Right.
and the brownie stole it, and he kind of gave up then. But like, I expected him to be worse to get better, and he was like basically trying to help the whole time, but kind of grumpy about it.
What I was surprised by is he has a relationship with a baby. Like,
Yeah.
I knew that he and Willow were going to form a friendship.
He's really
and
into
I mean,
that baby.
Who can resist that
It's
baby,
true.
though?
Yeah.
But he's like sharing black root, and they're
Yeah.
talking, and they're little buds. And he like says goodbye to her in a really sweet way, in one of the many ways that you think they might be advancing towards the end of the movie, and they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really sweet touch.
Yeah, like I couldn't remember what happened after he takes the baby. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, clearly the movie has to keep happening and Willow has to be in it.
Yeah.
So like, obviously I didn't remember the bird stealing it. So like, I was like, oh, maybe he's like actually a stinker and he just like leaves it like a block down, like the equivalent of a block down the road, and Willow comes across her. But no.
Yeah.
Much more interesting that he was maybe trying, but then a bird came and like anyone would be like, what the hell?
Yeah. It is wild.
Bird took your baby.
We don't see that scene.
No, I wish we did. Oh, I wish we did.
How two brownies and a hawk steal a baby from.
Just Val Kilmer pretending to try not to lose a baby to a bird. I would watch the hell out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he set that baby down while he took a leak or something.
Oh, that's what the brownie said, right? I think that
Did
is
he?
what they said.
Oh,
Okay.
great. I absorbed more than I knew.
Nice.
Wow.
Maybe I have seen this movie.
Ah,
And we do get a very fun chariot wagon
Yes.
chase fight
Oh,
leaving
forgot about that.
the village.
yes.
Because there are horses in this
Because
movie.
there's
Oh, yeah,
quite a
there
lot of
Yes.
horses.
Yeah.
Great call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that was a great chase.
It was.
Like, there's a lot going on, as Molly said earlier. In a lot of scenes, there's a lot going
Yes.
on. And that was like the brownies are trying to save each other and drop some barrels. Like,
Willow's trying to like get control of the horses.
The wheels are literally falling off.
Terrible manufacturing.
yeah,
And the baby is still just like,
he was chilling.
oh my,
Laura
the baby's
Dannon.
facial expressions. Can I just say, and just side note, pro tip for anybody who's like, I've already seen Willow recently, but I want to see more great baby facial expressions. Cannot recommend Lemony Snicket. What is that one? The series of Unfortunate Events. That baby, A+.
Which one?
The movie or the TV show?
The TV show.
Or the book.
The book. No, the TV show.
Read the book. Read the description of the baby.
Yeah,
read a book.
Hey.
Yeah, then the baby's in your mind.
Yeah, this baby. I'm gonna post on Discord a picture of this baby having a disapproving look, and it is one of the most amazing. But anyway,
the baby in the movie is also very good.
I'm gonna say the baby in the movie like beat that out for me.
Oh,
but I just, if you need your fix.
I think my favorite baby reaction shot was, I think it's when she's already been captured by Bavmorda. And like the ritual has started, and they just cut her, and she's just like not impressed.
Yeah, she's like, "What is this lady doing?"
Like she's like, "This is the decor you went with."
Yeah, it's really judgy.
Yeah, that's so good.
I don't know. There were some shots too where the baby looked scared.
Yeah,
and I've seen a baby be startled before, but I've never seen a baby like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like, how did they get that reaction out of that baby?
No, they had like 2 weeks and a couple of twins. Sorry, that sounds weird. So what they did to get all the facial expressions is it's twins. It's twins playing the baby.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yes. Yeah. So, they can have a higher chance that the baby will be awake. And for each of them, they added a little tuft of... for law reasons. They had a little tuft of red hair that they applied with like some corn syrup or something really safe for babies. But anyway, what they did is they just did all these close-ups, and they had a shot list of every shot they were trying to get. And so they just like went through the list, and like whatever they captured, they checked off, and for like 2 weeks.
I just realized that they literally, part of that list had to be like, okay, what thing is the baby in this scene? Right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Sometimes she's in a basket. Sometimes she's in a weird, evil ritual platter.
Yeah. Is there somebody's hand doing something, like handing something to the baby?
Yeah.
Or like,
is the rain?
Almost all of those reaction shots, though, are just like real tight.
Yeah.
Like they do such a good job of getting those shots.
Yeah.
Great reaction shots.
Great baby.
Great baby, great reaction shots.
Mm-hmm. And neither of those twins are still in show business.
Wow.
Did they just one and done it?
Yeah, they were just like, I'm going to do other things.
Hell yeah.
the babies.
Yeah.
The babies.
It's like, I'm done with this.
They like gave Val their number.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's good. Like, let's get dinner sometime.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. Like,
This is fun, but it's not really my thing.
I'm sure they and Warwick still talk. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Dripped apart,
yeah,
It's hard to keep in touch.
Yeah, especially when you're just a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no cell phones.
And this was before Facebook, so I really don't know what they're supposed to
Yeah.
do. Not even Friendster.
No.
Wow. Tough to be a baby in the 80s.
You know what? It was tough to be a baby in the 80s. Not now, though. Everything's great.
Yeah. Dan, you would bet that the witch in this would crush it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did she?
I think so. She's got the evil Disney queen thing down pat.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we're kind of introduced to her. Like, she's wearing black robes. She's a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, we get, most of it is just the same of that. But then, like, near the end, we get a lot more from her. Like, we get when they apparently just go, like, to the other side of the cul-de-sac from the other castle. It was where her castle is, apparently, because it took them no time to get over there. When she's up on her parapets or whatever, like, she's kind of sassy about it. Like, she's not just like the same, just like, ooh, I'm evil and I'll strike you down. She's like kind of like making fun of them.
When she
She's
turns them
having
all into
fun
pigs.
with
She's
it.
having fun with it and then turns them all into pigs.
Which
But
is
even before then, she
freaky
learned
deaky.
that Sorsha, her daughter,
Yes.
has turned against her
Yeah.
due to love. She doesn't even know that detail,
She's
but it's turned
pissed.
against her. And it's a really nice mix of a little bit sad for a moment and very disappointed.
Yes.
And then very angry. But
Yes.
she goes through all of that. She has very little time,
No.
Yeah.
but she manages to get it all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Beth, you really liked her floppy gesture
Yes.
spells.
Yeah, she's like not direct with
handwork.
her magic.
No.
She just kind of like puts her hands. It's like very emotional and
Yeah.
sassy.
Just floating about.
Yeah, it was amazing. Also, she's wearing a mummy outfit.
Oh yeah, underneath her robe.
Like under her robes, she's just like dressed like a mummy.
Yeah, we get a real
It's
quick
cold in
cut
that
when
castle.
she like changes from her everyday robe into her ceremonial robes.
I see.
You see her undergarments, which are like mummy
Which are
wrapping.
like bandages.
Yeah. And then at the end, she's just like, chef's kiss. Like sometimes she's like a terrifying creature of the night. Other times she's just like a sass mouth.
Yeah, she got some Palpatine energy.
She definitely has
yes.
some Palpatine energy.
This was
She doesn't-
story by George Lucas, so maybe that was his one story note of like.
I mean, and the wipes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What if there's a movie with a lady Palpatine and wipes? Ron Howard, go make a movie.
Do you think that's literally how it starts? Like, oh, well, what if Palpatine was a woman? Well, it could be in space, obviously. What if she was in a castle somewhere?
Tell you what, reading up on this movie, it is like I love Ron Howard and I appreciate George Lucas and all of these people.
Wow. There was some.
I don't think you do.
But like so much of the making of this movie is like, oh yeah, George Lucas ran into Ron Howard at Industrial Light and Magic because Ron Howard was finishing up Cocoon. And Ron Howard had always wanted to do a fantasy film. And George Lucas says, why don't you direct this one? I've got this idea. And then Ron Howard says, I know this one guy who's a screenwriter. Let's hire him.
Yeah.
And they
Bob
do.
Dolman?
Yes.
Bob
And they
Dolman.
make that dude go through 7 versions of the script,
Wow.
like over the course of a year or two before they finally land on it. But like, it's so like, it's just so brotastic, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is nobody who isn't already powerful or already in a circle or didn't go to school with like a Coppola. You know, it was just so annoying. It was so annoying to read the history of this movie.
Molly,
and just,
I have
yeah.
terrible news to
Oh,
tell
no.
you about how.
It's just this one movie, though, right?
yeah.
Or at least
This
this
one
one
industry.
time. Just this one industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's why the writers are on strike.
Yeah.
It'll change everything.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, everywhere else in society, it's based
Yeah.
on merit and like your capabilities and
And just hard work.
just
Yeah.
hard work.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't be like people bumping into each other at a Halloween party and saying like, "Oh, what if we do this as a podcast?"
Yeah.
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 Like people who are already friends and
Right.
Yeah.
work together on other stuff.
And like
and-
already like
Okay,
how to be
but
funny.
like if those friends who started the podcast were also like able to greenlight other people's dreams and projects, like that would be different, wouldn't it?
Should we start greenlighting another podcast?
Yeah. Well,
I'll give you- if you have a podcast,
leave us a message. We'll
I'll
greenlight
greenlight
it.
it.
listen, yeah. Like Beth is very happy to greenlight your podcast for money. And just hit us up.
Yeah. 612-8089. Put-a-do. The last 4 letters don't matter, but you do.
Liftpodcasting.com.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Little
Just a
plug
little
there.
plug for Beth's
2 T's and putt, 1 T and lift.
Yep.
Yep.
and an I, not
And
a
an I,
Y.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Yeah.
spell it
I
correctly.
don't know.
What?
I just feel like we were halfway there with naming all the letters. Go the distance.
Okay, let's start from the top. A.
So it could
See.
be like Beth K gives Lift Podcasting. I do everything correctly, including spelling.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
shots
It's a
fired.
good start. It sounds a little haughty. I'll work on it.
Okay.
I'll workshop it. Anyway, what I'm saying is power,
what
blah,
are we
blah,
saying?
blah. I was just getting mad about
Molly
George
hates
Lucas.
men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Which
fair.
is fair. Even though the villain in this is a woman.
Yeah.
So,
Progress, baby.
Oh, but she's got like a minion who's a real scary guy.
oh, yeah. Skeletor. Kale.
Yeah. Who was named after a critic who was a lady.
Oh, wow.
What did she critic?
Interesting.
And then that,
Abdomen.
right?
What'd she critic?
A film critic.
But what did she critic that
She
any of them would be like,
critiqued- She
Kale.
critiqued George Lucas's stuff.
Oh, wow.
Star Wars.
and he's
That
like,
was the third story.
let's make her into a villain.
Haha, I'm petty. Let me just hire my friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, I guess I just called George Lucas petty, but I do think that's petty. And then apparently, that double-headed monster, which goes
Yeah.
unnamed in the movie, they called it Ebert Siskel or something for Siskel and Ebert.
Oh, wow. Got him.
I was confused at first, but then when you said what it was
Yeah.
for, I knew it was for.
Ebert Siskel, the sandwich man.
Urban Gerber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just forgot the names. Fucking sandwich guys.
Sandwich guy.
Ebert Sisco. Stiff me on my provolone.
Jersey Mike's from now on.
Ooh, I'm going to make you into the gooeyest dragon you've ever seen.
Oh,
It was actually,
gross.
it was less goo. Like, I remember it being all goo, but it's just in the initial transformation that it's gooey. And then
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a rubbery weirdo.
Yeah, Willow fucks up his magic trying to blast a troll.
Yeah.
And it turns into like a brain.
Dragon.
Yeah,
it's
brain
like
dragon.
two heads, and you think, well, that's a shame. And then Willow kicks it off the side
Yes.
Yeah.
of this very tall bridge, and it falls down onto the water.
You
and
didn't
you think,
follow Gremlin's rules.
for a second, I'm sure that's fine now. It's
Yeah.
gone. But then I was cued off that may not be the case when the Dans both said, oh, I'm sure that'll work out.
That's another scene where a lot is going on.
So much is
They're
going
being
on.
sieged by the evil army.
Oh, my God.
There's these trolls crawling all over the damn place. And then one turns into a two-headed monster. Val Kilmer's got a bunch of traps up. Oh, one of his MVP moments for me was in that scene where, like, we see it's established he has spent some time setting up traps,
Yes.
and they're good.
Yeah.
But then at one point he pops out from behind two hail bales with double crossbows and
Yes.
just goes, ha! And, like, blasts two guys away. It was really good.
That might be like the scene where he is crushing the most. Because not only, does he have his whole Kevin McAllister sequence, but then like when he's like they do the classic thing where he's like and they start to back away because the giant dragon thing is coming out of the water behind him, and then he's like, all right, I'm great at this, and then he turns around and it has like the most perfect dumbfounded dope reaction to the dragon with the stupid helmet on.
Yes.
It's like the OMG cat from decades ago on the internet.
And then there's this great moment, which is maybe my other favorite Val Kilmer response, where he like runs away from the dragon like all of them, but then just that means he ends up standing with the guys trying to kill him, and they all just sort of awkwardly look at each other for a while like, oh wait, is he allowed to stand here with us? Then Kale is basically like, you can't sit with us, and they start fighting again.
And there's like a whole duel. There's a whole thing. And then Val Kilmer gets distracted from finishing off Kale by love. Oh, because, the whole time Sorsha is just... Oh, wait, I'm getting my battles confused.
Yeah.
But there's a whole battle that happens where Sorsha, like while all of her men are trying to kill Val Kilmer, just kind of stares wistfully off at him.
She's into it.
Because he's jacked.
He's
And
jacked.
like,
He's
got
wearing
sword
that cool
tricks.
helmet.
Yeah.
He's got 2 crossbows.
Yeah.
And she knows what's going on under that armor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is funny because they just keep, like, he keeps doing all these crazy stunts, and then just everyone so it cuts over to Sorsha, just kind of like looking up like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's when she turns and she joins
Yeah.
his side.
Yeah. Through the power of lust.
And that must, and then generations of boys will be like, oh man, when I figure out how to do sword play,
Exactly.
Yeah.
ladies are really going to be into
Yes.
that. And that's
Now
how you
when
end
you-
up with Knife Fight on TV.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Lose a finger.
What?
I feel like there's probably some kids that were trying to flip the sword like it. And
Oh,
lost it.
yeah. Like, it was funny that I do give this movie credit of just someone being like, okay, so he's like supposed to be a really good sword master, and like usually people go more the like martial arts, right?
Martial arts.
The martial arts route, where they do like a lot of flourishing, but it's really much more fluid. Whereas like Val Kilmer, like he literally just like flips the sword up and catches it like 40 times to show how much of a badass he is.
He does a great job with it.
He does do a great job.
And we even get a comedy moment at it where he does it in the snow and then eats shit right away because it's snowy.
Oh, so good.
Great.
He's great.
Headline, Val Kilmer's great.
Yeah.
Don't be a creep.
Yeah. Oh gosh, he's not though, right?
Oh.
I read that some people find him hard to work with.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he might
But
be
other people have
exhausting.
said that's not fair to say.
I think he's just a very serious actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. He really takes his job seriously. Like somebody said something like, they never met Val Kilmer. They only met his character.
Yeah.
That's right.
That
He's
kind
a
of
method
thing.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which probably meant he was a ton of fun on this movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
What a delight.
What a delight. But then,
He didn't marry anyone else from any other movies.
It's true.
do you think he was playing
Charmer.
a character the whole time he was married to her?
No, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Be psychotic.
Hey.
I think he owns a ranch in New Mexico or something.
Huh?
I think he made a run for governor too.
Val
Val
Kilmer?
Kilmer?
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
that documentary.
Val. by his son, Jack.
Did anyone watch that?
No.
No. Maybe it'll tell us if he ran for governor on his ranch.
No one knows.
I want to
Oh.
say New Mexico. Is that what you just said?
Did I?
I don't know.
That
We're
sounds
not
right.
sure.
Check the tapes.
Anyway.
Edit it to make me sound right.
And medicine.
Yeah, that's right.
New Mexico.
The Southwest generally.
Before we get to our final reviews of the movie we just watched, Willow, we like to turn to Discord, a text and chat platform.
What?
Where we never chat. Well, we chat.
What?
What?
Aren't we chatting all the
Dan.
time?
Yeah,
What's going on?
we turned to Discord, where we ask for questions and comments about the movie we just watched.
Okay.
Willow. And here they are.
Oh. Are these texts or chats?
They're text-based questions and comments.
Is that a chat?
I feel like chat is like we'd have to respond in the Discord for it to be chat.
All right.
I always think we don't chat. We never get on like the audio portion of it.
Oh,
Should we put it in the suggestion thing? Do you want an audio hangout?
Suggestion channel.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know.
an audio? Is that? I'm sorry, I'm going to sound real old. Is that like in real time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a phone call,
It's like a Zoom call,
like
but
party
without
line.
video.
party line.
Because it
Yeah,
was
it's a party line.
it was originally created for like video gamers.
I see.
So like 14-year-olds can yell at each other and use slurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like just to their friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's good.
It's good. It's isolated.
So we could just get on there in audio and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "What's up with you?"
What's up with you?
And they would be like, "Okay, bye."
And then that would be a chat.
That'd be a chat.
Fan
Oh,
engagement.
that would be a real chat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
But
not
this
text.
is text.
This is text.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm glad we
Glad-
clarified that.
That's feeling good.
Has anyone ever suggested that we don't know when to end a segment?
I would like to talk about that for 5 more minutes. All right. My last name's a palindrome states, spoilers for the canceled series, I guess.
Oh.
But apparently there was supposed to be a Madmartigan buddy adventure series starring Kilmer and Christian Slater, which is why he was in one episode.
Who? Slater?
Probably
Or
Slater.
Kilmer?
I mean,
Both?
I don't know anything about the series,
I
but
don't
Kilmer was more likely to have already been in it, right?
Yeah.
That sounds
Kilmer?
great. Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Kilmer.
You're right. Got it.
Yeah. It sounds weird to not say Val before, right?
Yeah. What you
Does.
doing?
But like, would he have been?
If we were on voice chat, this wouldn't be a problem.
Like, would he just have been like? They would have been like, "Oh, he's old now and can't talk."
I don't know when the series was.
Like this year
Okay.
Oh.
or last year?
Oh, yeah, that'd be hard.
Yeah.
What is the rest of the Q or C?
Anyway, I like Christian Slater too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fine. Don't be a creep.
Yeah. Joshy says, fun fact. Madmartigan and Sorcia banged in real life, got married, and even made bang babies.
Wow.
Speaking of romance, okay.
Oh, boy.
FMK, Madmartigan,
Yep.
the Brownies,
Yep.
both. Madmartigan and drag.
Oh,
All right. And I believe canonically for our podcast.
we change it every time.
Oh, is it? Oh,
so you
it's
got to come up
unique
with a
every
new
time.
one, my friend.
Okay.
Got to be thematic. Don't fuck this up.
Canonically, what? What is happening?
Instead of fuck, marry, kill, we say touch the spindle, do whatever, do whatever.
Yeah.
Touch the spindle seems appropriate.
Oh, I can't
still.
remember what FMK was. Now I remember.
Okay, so smack in the face with Dust of the Broken Heart
Oh,
is
yeah.
one of them.
Okay.
Dust your heart.
Dust your heart. Which one is Dust Your Heart, though? Is that banging?
That seemed like more banging,
Okay,
right? Because
yeah.
they got all lusty.
I was going to say swordplay.
Lust Dust.
Oh, swordplay's
Molly.
Sword
Yeah.
play,
Yeah.
okay.
So marriage is Dust Heart. Dust your face.
Marriage is cut off your braid.
Oh, we're just throwing the dust idea out of the window.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
that's fine. No, marriage is cutting off your braid. That's better.
Yeah, braid chop.
Yep. The old braid
The
chop.
old braid chop.
Braid chop,
Yep.
sword play,
Yeah.
dusty sword play.
Yeah.
Maybe we can merge them.
All right, that's
we'll
good.
do it.
Thank you.
And I mean, there's just
Magic
a lot of,
sucker
there's
punch.
a lot of killing in this.
Yeah, I like that. Magic sucker punch.
Okay, magic
yeah.
sucker punch.
Okay,
right.
great.
Okay.
And it's our choices are Madmartigan, both the brownies.
and Madmartigan and drag.
Great. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. God, I hate to kill the brownies.
That's kind of how it comes out, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm leading out. I guess I am.
You just sucker punch them. Well, they're small though.
Yeah.
So with your giant fist,
You could do like a tiny punch.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could put a little fist on your index finger. Just go like, meh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
And
punching.
they're bouncy. Like, you saw them fall off shit the whole movie.
I'm punching both brownies in the face with my two fingers like Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am...
Except like a Quebecois trap hunter.
Oh, make the pellets in your face. I am going to swordplay Madmartigan and drag.
Dusty sword.
Dusty swordplay. Is that spicy? And I guess that means love Dustin.
No.
No.
You're cutting your braid off.
Oh, I'm cutting my braid for Madmartigan.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to be able to see Madmartigan more than once.
Which
That's
teeth,
my
though?
feeling.
I mean, clean teeth.
Clean teeth.
Yeah.
Didn't specify.
Okay. Too late. You didn't specify.
Yeah, you didn't specify.
But
what
I'm
happens?
specifying clean teeth.
Okay. Beth is elected clean teeth.
Yep.
You get luck of the draw.
Oh, wow. I better pack up on Blackroot or something.
Or whatever.
And apples.
Or
I
apples.
agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that assessment.
Okay. Everyone's looking at me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree with that too. So if you
Jesus.
disagree, you have to
Alright.
chime
Wow.
in.
Okay. I'm going to... Yeah, I feel bad about sucker punching those brownies. But they're fine. They bounce. They're fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, I feel like they're too small to really get down with it.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean,
There's two of them.
there are
listen,
two of
if
them.
you can come to
There's
an understanding.
something there.
Communication is important. Like, as long as you have strong communication, you guys can have a great time together.
Yeah, and there's too much chaotic fur trapper energy to really like, spend a life with them.
Like, and it's just like, can you imagine having to talk to them all the time?
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
like getting drunk and, you know.
Stealing babies.
Riding birds.
It's like, what do you? Why is this baby here?
Yeah.
Oh, me and the bird got lit up last night. Yeah, so I'm magic sucker punching the brownies, but I'm going to sucker punch them into a keg of beer, so they have a party.
That's nice.
I am going to. I'm going to cut my braid off for Madmartigan and drag. He was such a sweetheart when he was pretending to be cousin whatever.
Hilda,
That's
yeah.
true.
So nice, so gentle. And, you know, bosom full of apples, so you can just go out on a picnic anytime.
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, literally a bosom full of apples.
Yeah. No, I know.
Then I'm Dusty sword playing with the dustiest sword player in the biz, Madmartigan.
Yeah.
I'm
And you
touching
also
that
didn't specify.
Oh, shit!
Luck of the draw team.
Gotcha.
Luck of the draw, but touching that chest.
Wow, yeah. You both make compelling arguments.
Too late, Molly. You already agreed
Yeah,
with
you
that.
already agreed, and only Beth specified teeth. So only Beth gets guaranteed clean teeth.
Yeah, wow.
Nice.
All right. Benvis says, this, along with Neverending Story and Princess Bride, form a sort of fantasy adventure soup in my memory. Were those all part of some sort of era that has a beginning and an end? What
Or
do you
is it
think was in the
never-ending?
zeitgeist that brought forth so many quirky fantasy adventure movies?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of people tag on. Labyrinth and Lady Hawk are in the same soup for me. Josh adds, and Legend and Krull.
Well, it's interesting. So they had a lot of trouble selling this movie through because there had been a lot of lackluster.
But the
Performance,
the
including
dream team
Labyrinth.
of three bros who knew each other were making the movie.
I know.
Bob Dolman.
Right?
Adam and Ron Howard. Guys.
Only MGM said yes, and they were
Okay.
in financial straits, so they only put in like $35 million.
Only
then-
35 million.
I know, right? And then they had to sell the home video rights to a different company, like RCA or somebody, to make up the difference.
Weird.
But apparently, they spent like $100,000 a day filming this movie.
So are you suggesting that maybe this was the bookend that Ben is talking about?
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, like, we in our minds we have memories of all of these being successful films that are sort of similar,
Right.
Yeah.
but not all of them were actually that successful.
Oh, no
You know
way.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, in hindsight, is it more? I don't know. I don't know what to point to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
What's happening right now?
I'm trying to talk fantasy action movies.
I feel like there's like some Muppet strings that hold it together, like Dark
Yeah.
Crystal, and isn't there another Muppety, like really Jim Henson Muppety fantasy one?
Well, Labyrinth is.
Labyrinth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are in there as well.
Never-ending Story's got to be kind of Muppety,
Oh,
right?
very.
Oh, yeah.
He rides a Muppet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I haven't seen that one.
It's good.
I just saw it for the first time recently.
Oh, well, I guess
I
we're
watched
not
it a couple
watching
years
on
ago
the podcast.
with my kid.
Guess we
Oh,
were
how'd your
good.
kid like it?
Yeah, it's good.
How'd your kid like it?
That's what he said.
Oh, he said, yeah, it was good. Oh,
That's
okay.
his answer to most things.
I
Yeah,
see.
it's good. He was engaged the whole time. I think he was into it. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for that other than I kind of agree. And there's like this clump of a type of movie that I really like. I really like this type of movie.
I know why.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Because of advances in special effects.
Oh.
I think,
Muppet advances?
well, there's Muppet,
Like
and there's like
scale, right?
kind of like Jim Henson Muppet stuff, right?
Yeah.
But also there's like so many advances being made. Even in this movie, they made advances on that whole morphing thing where
Yeah.
It
with
looked
the
good,
It
actually.
did
yeah,
look
like
really
really
cool.
good. They tried stop motion and they tried whatever other was the classic model, but this sort of morphing thing. And that's right, because there was a whole phase of morphing on TV and other stuff. Like everyone was
yeah.
using it. So I think that might be part of the reason that the 80s were kind of had that mix of like practical effects, like with puppets, but also had these more magical effects that they
Sure.
had figured out.
I was curious about how connected to The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings this was, because it has like
Heavy themes.
heavy themes.
Yeah.
And so then when I looked it up, I was like shocked to find out that book was written in 1937.
Yes.
It's way older than I thought it was. I thought that was in the 50s. But then that cartoon version of The Hobbit was in 77.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like maybe the beginning of it.
Maybe.
In that like, and then they're like, now we can do it with really great special effects.
Man, I just saw a clip from that movie where, or maybe it was the Lord of the Rings one, the like rotoscoped one, or whatever, where they are like, someone just noticed that they had a scene where like the knights or whatever were like running through a scene, and like they like it's like shout out to the editor who saw that one of the knights tripped over his own sword and left it in. And if you look, like one of them is like, you know, it's like they've been drawn over, but he literally just goes like, then his leg goes behind his sheath sword, and he kind of does this like very awkward recovery.
Great.
It's great. Yeah, I don't know, and maybe I mean from what Molly's saying, like maybe that. Because they were like, oh, wow, we can do such crazy stuff. Like, these kind of movies lend themselves to actually, like, having an excuse to do them, right? Like, it'd be hard to do, like, the 70s, like, ooh, it's a rough and tumble New York City. Crime is happening. I'm a cop, but I'm bad. I'm smoking cigarettes. Like, it'd be hard to be like, oh, I just figured out how to do this very cool effect with the camera. Like, okay, how would we, like, every movie would have to have been, like, a cop, like, I just got injected with special heroin and I'm having a freak out.
Yeah.
So it's probably easier to just be like, let's just go nuts. And
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like some amount of like, oh, it's Muppety, so let's make it a kind of a family-ish movie as well.
Sure.
Because they all kind of have that same. They're not. Yeah, they're family movies. They're
Right.
not like strictly like kid movies, but they're definitely not adult movies.
Yeah.
They're kind of in between.
like
Yeah,
the
they used to
guts aren't spilling out of the knights when they get
Yeah.
sorted. And
That's true. I mean, the definition of family movies is really, I mean, I guess it's like the way fairy tales used to be so dark and they're not anymore. But man, this stuff, I wouldn't take my kid to see this.
Really?
Yeah.
ever?
I mean, only when I could explain to her that to put a bunch of pregnant ladies in a
Yes, of
dungeon,
course.
Sure.
then maybe.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
there's
it's
some pretty
dark.
scary stuff in there.
Yeah.
That the part where you think the witch is dead, and then she like like we all know that she's not dead.
Yeah.
But like if I was a kid, that would have freaked
Oh, no.
me
Yeah.
out.
The whole sequence of like rain slick, angry witch, I remember being very spooky to me as
Yeah.
a kid. Yeah.
I think it's kind of good though.
Listen,
like I don't know. It's kind of fun to get scared, right?
sometimes.
Yeah. My kid did just watch too spooky of a show and has been scared for 2 days.
No.
What was it?
It's called like Creeped Out or something. It's on
It's literally called Creeped Out.
Come on,
streaming
Dan.
service. We seem to do it, but it's basically it's kind of like got Goosebumps energy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Where it's like definitely for kids, but it's also like, ooh, what if this
Yeah.
weird thing happened
To you.
And there's a monster,
Yeah.
Sure.
and then it turns out sort of fine, but is it?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Very Goosebumps energy.
Yeah.
He threw the ball with his left hand.
Yeah, which I guess is also
There's a book where there's a magic mirror that goes to another dimension. And
Okay.
then at the end, they realize that one of the kids is throwing with the wrong hand, which means it's the kid from the other dimension.
Oh, that's terrifying.
very similar story with a
Spoiler
magic
alert.
Well,
elevator.
I have to go home soon. It's almost midnight.
It gave me chills, actually.
I don't. That's.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I'm creeped out.
I don't recommend Creeped Out
I
for
got
7.5-year-olds.
scared of like. I don't know, the X-Files. Like,
Oh, sure.
Oh,
I'm
That's,
just not the person.
I mean, that
Yeah,
show
it's
like
legit.
was trying to be spooky sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it was. There's still some episodes that are still with me.
Yeah.
Tombs,
This is
man.
the scariest I've ever been by a TV show.
Tombs.
The X-Files.
Terrifying.
I'm sure I've talked about it on here.
Yeah.
Is that the...
Do we have any more Q's and C's?
No.
Okay,
Tombs is
great.
the guy that can squeeze through chimneys.
Oh, that's the
Eats
one.
your liver,
Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh, jeez.
Very good.
Oh.
2 episodes, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was so good.
So good, but
Oh,
also
so
terrifying.
No,
creepy.
thank you.
It was real creepy.
Or like that that fucking eel monster that lived in the sewers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
With the long fingers? The long fingers thing was
That's
the one
the
that really
first
got
one.
me. The first one, yeah.
Tombs.
Yeah.
Comes in through the air vents.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you saying tunes?
Tombs.
Oh,
His name was Tombs.
All right.
Good show.
Anyway, check out the X-Files. Some of it.
Yeah.
I feel like some of it's probably a slog at this
Yeah,
point.
and you notice they didn't name their monsters after TV critics, so I'm just
I
saying.
mean, we don't know that. Might be Tombs was like, Christopher Carter is a hack who never should make a television show ever again. Smoking my pipe.
It just describes
It's
what
an
he's
audio
doing.
medium, so, I had to make it clear for the listener.
I see.
Yes.
That is the end of
Disappointed. Yes, go ahead.
Disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Local reference.
Is it?
Yeah, Sorbo's a Minnesotan.
Unfortunately,
Is he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had no idea.
I guess maybe I knew that.
We defy him, though.
Yeah.
We do?
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, it
Oh.
does.
Yeah, I don't think he's
It's
cool.
real alt-right nut
Yeah.
job.
But also,
Really?
check out Twitter from 4 years ago or something when Lucy Lawless showed him his ass.
Amazing.
I think I do remember that. Anyway, shout out to Lucy Lawless.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't she just in something?
Yeah.
She was in Spider-Man.
Oh.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I haven't seen it yet. Don't
No.
spoil it.
She was in
the
the
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
we
that we
watched
just
for the
watched.
podcast.
Oh.
We saw her in that.
Oh,
It's fine. Saying I'm excited to see Spider-Man is evergreen.
It's true.
I'll never stop making that.
That's true.
Okay, our rating scale, as we all remember and very briefly described, is Prophecy Baby,
Oh,
which
yes.
is a app that's disrupting the prophecy space.
Yes.
In which
It's a free app with in-app
a
purchases.
free app, and for $500, you can ask the Prophecy Baby a question. You must phrase it in kind of an old-timey epic way.
Yes.
You will get an answer eventually, but you don't know when,
Yes.
and you may get sort of encouraging non-answers along the way.
or discouraging answers.
Or discouraging non-answers along the way. The baby is selected by the previous baby. Each baby is selected by the previous baby.
Your summary is even too long.
The
These
baby like
babies
dances, right? They
Yeah.
interpret
Listen.
the dance.
No, there's not dancing. Listen, if you,
You
weren't
said
paying
they
attention the
did
first
Ally
time,
McBeal dancing baby?
I didn't say the baby
You said they interpreted the baby's movements.
movement is not dance.
What the fuck?
Wow.
They're gonna picture that
How
Ally
dare
McBeal baby
you
They
just
only
decide-
picked that
spinning
because
around.
Dan said that.
All right, what
Molly,
are the?
I don't think you get to decide what is and isn't dance.
Yeah.
Okay? Like if I want to call movement dance, then it is.
Yeah,
All right?
Yeah.
That's my
I'm
argument.
feeling
Oh,
myself.
I'm sorry. Are we not liking the rating scale that
We
I'm coming
love
up
the
with?
rating scale because the baby dances. Anyway, Beth added during the viewing that all these babies are born in a dungeon.
Yes.
Okay, Dan, you gave it 4.
Yeah.
You had a specific child idea of this movie,
Yes.
so we're excited but also nervous that maybe it wouldn't pan out.
Yeah. It. I feel like everything I remembered from the movie came true, which is great. The oaf was there. The oaf got puked and shat on. I mean, that's a rating. That's 1 point right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun, and it was less. Yeah, I was worried it was going to be like more of a slog, but it was pretty good. Like it was definitely like it didn't have to be as long as it was, especially for a movie that's ostensibly marketed to kids. But I loved it. Great time. 5 babies. Prophecy babies.
Wow, up to 5.
More Muppets in movies.
Yeah.
Stop
Always.
paying slave wages to CGI farms and pay good wages to Muppet farms.
Yeah.
And put some CGI in there too. I don't care. It's fine when it looks good. You give them time,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I agree with all that.
right?
I'm not sure about Muppet Farm, but other than that, yeah.
It's just like a felt factory. I don't know, right?
Do the Muppets, do they get to go outside?
Oh, they're free range for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on board.
Range.
The puppeteers, though, have to stay in the factory.
That's fine. I don't care about that.
They just toss the puppets out the window, and then they eventually find their way back in.
I hope they unionize.
The Muppets?
No, well, sure, but also the Muppet creators, the puppeteers.
Oh, yeah.
Muppeteers.
They might be
Muppeteers.
unionized. They might be part of something.
Okay,
I don't know.
fair.
If you're a puppeteer,
Muppeteer.
if you're a puppeteer or a Muppeteer, let us know if you're in a union.
Yeah. And if you're striking, we support you.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's evergreen as well.
Yeah.
Beth, you had a similar answer. Gave it 4. You thought it'd be entertaining, but it was not a movie that people are like, you've never seen Willow?
Yeah.
So maybe not 5.
Yeah. I think that it was a very fun movie and that it had many surprising moments that, again, we applauded during. I also did feel it was too long and there was a lot of moments where I thought it was maybe toward the end of the movie and then it wasn't. So I'm going to give it 4.
Nice.
Great. I am 3rd. I thought I would like it, but maybe there's some cringe parts and it would be too long. I gave it a 4. I did like it. I don't think I cringed at all. In fact, I laughed and cheered. It was too long.
Okay.
But I really liked it. I like this. I like a fantasy adventure. I love it. And I love a Muppet movie. So I'm going to go up to 4.5.
Oh, what does that mean? Like the message gets cut off or something?
Yeah, it's like I get the
their
notification.
data rates are fucked. And
And I swipe and there's no message there. I can just see the preview and then I go. And
He's
it's
been
like,
waiting for 2 years.
then you're like screaming at the app. No refunds.
yeah. Oh, absolutely no refunds. Molly, you gave it you had a long journey as usual and then ended on a 3 out of respect for listeners, even though this is not.
I think it was more respect for us, respect for our anniversary.
I think
or
respect
something.
for our anniversary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
You thought Val would be good. There'd be too much animal and baby danger. Oh, we should tag up on that, animal danger. And you thought you might have the wrong level of caring for the movie. Like you would care too much about the babies and the animals in danger and not about the characters.
Yes. And I can see why I thought all of those things. Even me, yay, 3 hours ago, I can relate to. I don't know why I said yay. Okay, here's the point.
Because you're training for your
I'm training
prophecy
for
baby.
I'm working really hard on wording my prophecy question.
You don't want to screw it up. It's
I know.
$500.
I know. It's really an investment. Okay. I was so surprised at how entertained and delighted I was by this movie. I wish I honestly had $500 for every time I said, what a cute baby.
So cute.
Yeah, you'd be rich.
What I really man, the babies were so cute. And I liked the characters, even Val Kilmer, although I was like, come on, hurry up and get nice so I can enjoy your character more. Yeah. And so I was genuinely surprised by some of the action, but it did take too long, as is this review. So I'm going to land on 4.5.
Wow.
Prophecy babies.
Wow.
Wow. What a jump.
It really is. That's one of my bigger jumps.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Especially up. Usually jump
Yeah,
down.
you usually jump way down.
Were you at all worried about the rat dogs
Ooh.
as they were getting stabbed repeatedly by Nelwyn?
It was pretty rough. I feel like and if we think about those dogs, they were raised to be that way, so that's very sad.
Oh, sure.
Oh, like the rat dogs were like
Yes.
bred in a weird cage or something? Yeah.
But they looked a lot like wild boars, and the violence was a little muted because it was for children, and they had just juxtaposed the danger of these adorable children.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Oh, they really ratcheted up that emotion.
They
Way
did.
to go, Ron Howard. So I would just say,
Little daughter crying in there.
oh my God, it was, and you knew she was going to be okay,
Sure.
but it was still just
Rough.
It was real rough. And so I didn't feel as much as I thought I would. But then finding out that they were actual Rottweilers with like costumes on
Yeah.
is like wild to
Yeah.
me and makes me feel worse. It's a journey, but I've decided it still gets 4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think we can all agree, like, putting shit on a dog is hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
Ever seen those videos of people putting like a spider costume on their dog and then pranking their family with it?
I have seen that.
No.
Pretty good.
My favorite are the
terrifying.
ones where I like the ones where they put like a Pomeranian, like a little mailman outfit, where like its feet are the legs, and then it's got little arms dangling.
I do
And
like
it's got a
that
little
dog.
hat on.
Yeah, I like that dog
My
costume.
friend
Really
Sarah
good.
had the best idea ever, and it's Halloween costumes for dogs where they dress as a different breed of dog.
Yes.
I just think that would be amazing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Any dog could be a Dalmatian.
Very good.
Oh,
Check out whatever random piece of internet ephemera is the post that is just demonstrating that if you breed a corgi with another dog, it just looks like a corgi is wearing a costume of that other dog. It tracks. It's a great photo montage.
Oh, I'd like to look at this.
It's
I would
amazing.
like to look at that as well.
Right.
The best dog I've ever seen was a long dog lab mix.
Yeah, those are great.
Which just looked like a lab, but its feet were half the leg.
Yeah.
Legs
Yeah.
were half the leg. It
Yeah.
looks so good.
So good.
I still think about it. It's been like 8 years. I still think about this dog. And I think I laughed at this, that I love your dog to the person, but I was laughing at the same time. So I'm worried they thought I was like dunking on the dog, but I really love the dog.
Oh,
If you're
they
out there
hear
and you have
this.
this weird like corgi basset hound lab mix, whatever it is, I love your dog.
yeah. If you're listening,
Yeah. Call us in and then send us a picture of your dog. I hope your dog's still alive.
ooh,
Wow.
I mean,
It's
8
been a
years
while
ago, yikes.
Since that dog was
What?
It's been a while.
Oh, remember my
Stained.
Yeah. Hey, remember the band Stained?
was that really their name? Was
Oh,
that
yes.
that was their song?
Stained.
And then just D.
And that man had the tiniest eyebrow ring in history, and it infuriated me every time I saw it.
Wait, now I want to see it.
Wow.
Well, go check out the video for It's Been a While. If that's even the name of the song, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like it should be.
Been a
Right?
while.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's good.
Why do we all know that song?
Because it was fucking everywhere.
It's a mega hit.
Ugh.
It's got a
we
real
don't like
memory.
it. Nobody
No.
likes it.
Some people
There's
liked
so
it.
many songs I don't like that I know all the words to.
I had a kid
Almost
in
all of them are by Nickelback.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, actually. I had a kid in high school who was just like, they're going to be huge, man. Stained. I'm like, okay. All right, man. And then I heard that song because you couldn't avoid it. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Stained?
You know what? I mean, I'm sure they're making royalties.
I'm sure they did
It's
fine.
still playing at like a lot of Hard Rock cafes.
Maybe they're not jerks. I'm always like,
Who knows? It's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
I like rooting for people. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I really turned a corner on watching streaming service that has commercials by just relaxing into the idea that the more often I see a commercial, probably the more that actor is getting paid. And it just makes me feel like, you go.
That can't be true for streaming service, though, right? That's why the writers are striking.
I know, but this is what I tell myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I tell myself if it's on the streaming service over and over again, it's got to be on national news over and over again,
I
or
see.
national whatever.
National news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the national news.
Wolf Blitzer, because I was like, here's this week's advertisement.
It's like window concepts or whatever.
What?
That's a local commercial.
What?
They play the same ads on basketball
Oh,
over and over and over.
Jesus.
Yeah.
One of them's window concepts, and he wiggles his eyebrows a lot.
Okay, peek behind the curtain. Dan Jaquette is a huge basketball
He's a big
fan.
sports guy now.
Yeah.
And it's
It's unsettling
Settling.
because we can't tell when he's kidding or not.
Yeah.
And he just never is.
I have season tickets to our local American Ultimate Disc League team here.
Yeah.
The Wind
wow.
Chill.
wow.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is that so
That's
you're not
two
kidding.
sports.
that I like?
Yeah.
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 Are there more?
Any others?
Well, I love watching soccer.
Oh,
Three
boy.
sports.
Three
I
sports.
very briefly subscribed to the phone company TV now owns all of Major League Soccer.
Okay.
Wait, they own soccer or they own the broadcast rights?
They
to
do
soccer?
all the Major League Soccer now.
Okay.
Oh, but
But
broadcast.
the broadcasting. They
Broadcast.
don't own the soccer, right?
No one can own a
Don't
soccer.
the people own
Oh,
the
no.
soccer?
No.
It seems like the people should
Very
own sports.
wealthy.
Didn't the
people own the
Saudis
soccer.
just buy golf?
Oh,
the whole sport?
I think so.
maybe.
Oh yeah,
Right?
they merged, but basically
With
by
what?
merge.
Saudi Arabia merged with
You
golf.
can't merge with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
No, the LIV, LIV, Saudi Arabia's golf
Okay.
tournament where they were offering individual players
Okay.
like hundreds of millions of dollars or something
Sure.
to play,
Got it.
merged with PGA
Oh.
Okay.
to form a deal, and people
Super
are
golf.
Super
like
golf.
basically super golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a real awkward thing because of the particular golf courses that the Saudis have been investing in and the ways they just basically bought the sport.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah.
Sports is wild.
Sports is wild, but also incredibly boring to me.
That's fair.
Except when it's this shit. Like, if you could just distill every season of sports into a very well-made documentary, I would love sports because sports documentaries are usually pretty good.
Yeah,
There's
they're
lots of
good.
them.
Yeah.
And you're always surprised.
Yes.
If you don't follow sports,
Exactly.
you really don't know
You don't
how
know
it's
the
going to
story.
end.
I literally watched that streaming service documentary about the Bulls. I didn't remember how many championships they'd
No,
won.
me neither. I was like,
amazed.
are they going to get another one? Like me and Dan and some 6-year-olds out there were like, I don't know.
Yeah, are they going to do it? Is MJ going to pull it off?
Like, that's not even the last one.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's embarrassing, but also useful.
Yeah. Just like the movie Willow, right?
What?
That was just a segue. We were just trying to segue.
I'm trying so hard.
Okay, something else we could segue to is
Wow.
Josh Young.
Yeah!
Our newest patron who gets a shout out on this podcast.
Great.
Hope you listen to this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's.
Maybe we can send them a note like, hey, buddy, just fast forward and then maybe go back and listen to the show.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
like golf?
If you get to golf talk, you're in the right area. You're getting warmer.
You know, here's what we do. At our next record, we're just talking, and I say, I give this movie a Josh 4, whatever the rating scale is. And then, we're cool about it.
Yeah.
Just like way earlier
So we're just
in
going
the
to
show.
subliminally drop Josh into the
We're
next
just
episode.
going to be like, instead of we're just going to say, yeah, it was
Josh, reach out. Josh, get it.
Josh Riegel. Josh Riegel.
Josh Riegel.
Yeah.
JoshRiegel.com.
I really think this movie is going to be Josh Young. Right? Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that next episode.
This
Just
movie is a
throughout.
surprise in Josh Young.
We celebrate you, the listener, Josh Young.
Yeah. Yeah. We love all our listeners, but especially Josh Young.
It's a great plan.
Also,
I support
Flawless.
this, I have to say, like, peek behind our curtain, Josh just got a great deal. Like, we usually do not do this much shout out when you get a shout out.
it. Yeah, we forgot to do it in the mid-roll. Now you get full ep name shout out.
What?
Full up that name. Shut up.
Full up name shout out.
Yeah.
The wizard from across the sea.
But you got to listen to Golf Talk, sucker.
I don't want a regular sponsorship. Give me the Josh Young.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess write in if you want your shout out to come at the very end of a long episode after we've talked about sports.
After we've veered so far from not only the movie, but the very premise of the podcast.
Yeah.
If that's when you want your shout out, let us know.
Patreon.com/TotesRegal.com.
Yeah, specify your shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. After 9 years, we know how to do it.
Listen, we are professionals. We know how to mix it up while keeping it tight.
Yep.
Very tight.
Josh Young. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.